All right, fam. Can y'all see the screen? Let me see. I can't even tell if YouTube got the screen up or not. All right, fam. Welcome. You're tuning in. Actually, let me play the intro.
Welcome to the Pro-Black Perspective, where black problems are addressed with black solutions. Your host tonight is the author of the Pro-Black Compendium and Zuberi and the Maroons of Ma'at, the Pan-African Nationalist, Oni. Oni, what are we discussing tonight?
All right, peace. You know we're going to do the day shooting. Are you looking? And of course, it's the Taxi Man right, though. So, these are two stories going to be sandwiched in with some other stories. Obviously, I'm going to go to that one lady everybody talking about, but she's not going to be the highlight. The headline is obviously what going on the continent, what's going on with our people. Other than that, though, just a reminder, I'm part of a podcasting network called KWAZ Radio. Make sure you guys check out everything on the network.
This is D Webb with the Harsh Reality Podcast, asking you to tune in where we tackle the news of the day that affects our community, only on KWAZ Radio.
Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the revolutionary matron on KWAZ Radio.
You are listening to the Pro-Black Perspective on KWAZ Radio.
All right, fam. So I'm going to start off hold on a second. Let me actually double check my screens is good. If y'all don't know, if I seem like I was a little late, it's only because I was... I ain't gonna hold y'all. I got caught up in a card game. Anyway, let me just double check the screen ain't whatever. And then let's just jump into it. So, peace to the Bitter Medicine Podcast. Last night we had Shoot the Breeze. Shit got hype. You already know. So make sure you guys check out that podcast. Kofi's here. Kofi's in the building. Kofi's good people. So you already know. What else can I say? All right, so I'm going to start off with disclaimers. I don't know if I'm going to have this disclaimer while I'm in Africa, right? Because that's the thing. The whole thing is that you got to go to Africa. But this is a disclaimer to tell you guys that if you're looking at what to do, what you're supposed to do on your checklist, it's not necessarily, just tune into whatever you're hearing, whatever you're listening to. Oh, matter of fact, let me ask you before I get into that. I forgot to say, I was supposed to tell y'all this. On the podcast network, there's 4 more podcasts. I don't got a spot for them, like a 10-second spot for them, but there's 4 more and you should check them out. It's really good. It's like growth, and it's a lot of community, a lot of interaction. So make sure you guys check them out. So we got Forecast, we got Brother Bakari, we got Tanzan, and we got Casidra. So this is like legit, you could spend almost every day listening to another good voice. And a lot of times we in the audience chilling with each other. Of course, later today, I do want to remind you guys that we're going to have Brother Bakari probably at 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock Eastern time. And then, of course, we're going to have Harsh Reality Podcast at 8 o'clock, and it's good. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. Like, it's good to the point where you like, you know what? I don't even know if I'm going to have any other plans. You know what I mean? Like, people be like, yo, you want to hang out? I'm like, nah, I don't want to hang out. I want to go listen to Harsh Reality. You know what I'm saying? So I want to go listen to Brother Bakari. So make sure you guys check them out. All right. Other than that, and then if you can't catch them out live, check them out on the playback. And obviously, leave your comments when you do. People appreciate that. I actually don't get no comments on this thing, by the way, which is interesting. Except for them, yeah, whatever. But anyway, look, this is the disclaimer. Okay, you listening to a podcast? Okay. If you like, hey man, what should I be doing? This is what you should be doing, right? This is the checklist. Step 1, understand what it means to build. That's one of the issues that we're not going to, we don't have. We don't even have step 1. And usually I hate when people say step 1 is understand something because I hate when that is. Like, I don't like hearing that, but it's the truth. Because if you're supposed to repatriate, because some of y'all just want to repatriate, and that's fine. You just want to go to Africa. I want to be a tourist. I remember one time I was showing her sister this video, and I was like, yo, look at this ad for Africa. She's like, yo, it looks like a retirement. Like, that's a retirement plan. I don't need people coming here when they 80. I need people coming here when they 60, 70. I want young folk coming through saying, look, let me build some shit. You gotta know your ancestry. You gotta know your lineage. All right? And you gotta say, look, I'm a builder. So step 1, understand what it means to build. Step 2, choose a country you want to build in. Okay? I chose a country. But what I'm saying is that you want to go do your research, say, hey, you know what country do I want to live in? Right? And look, I said what country you want to build in. Okay? So when you're choosing a country, because some of you are like, well, where would I go anyway? What do you want to build? What do you want to build? You know? And like I said, you got to understand what it means to build. So I'm using an example. Like, let's say you want to do corn chips or something like that. Some people will say, hey, corn's not good for you. But whatever. Just low. You want to do corn chips, right? Say that. Look, what it means to me to build is for me to build an economy or build an economic foundation for corn chips. For my corn chips factory or what have you. Or for my corn chips, revenue, whatever it is, restaurant, whatever it is you want. It's corn chips, all right? You choose a country you want to build in. You say, look, this country is good for growing corn. This country is good for growing. This country is good for land ownership. This country is good for, all that shit, good for it, blah, 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 blah. Then you choose the city you want to build for. When I say build for, now we go to the corn chips example. You could be automobiles. I don't give a shit what it is. Whatever you think you could do. You say, look, this is the city I want to go build in. I want to go build for. So this is the city that's going to have my corn chips. That's the market. For your corn chips, for your automobiles, for your apps. I don't give a shit. That's the city you choosing. Now the city's in the country, okay? Now you choose a community you want to build through. Now it could be in that city, it could be outside of that city, but probably pretty close. You get what I'm saying? Now choose the necessary connections to make you successful. You talking about corn chips. Now you talking about getting land. Now you talking about interacting with some sort of market, some sort of business, some sort of, I need these drivers. I need this. I need that. I need this distribution network. I know a sister will tell you here, you need a supply chain. All right. So you say to yourself, you now you're there. You're there, you're looking around and you're making those connections. And this is why I say when we're talking about building online, this is why I say, look, this podcast, when you listen to this podcast, I want you to understand none of this shit's happening. And it don't make no sense. Because how the fuck am I going to give you? And I'm not talking to, of course, Onitaset is my brother. So even though I said the disclaimer for Facebook, he's my brother from another mother. So he wants to hear this. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying before we get into the funny and the entertaining. I want to just take some of this time to say, look, yeah, for real. I don't even have these connections. This is what I'm going to Africa to do. But before I go to Africa, I don't have these connections. And if I did have these connections, they won't be the same connections as you or anybody else. Because what once everybody got to say, unless the person in Africa is connected like that. But it's very unlikely. Africa's a huge continent. More people than the entire United States of America. You understand? 3 times as many people as the entire United States of America. So it's very unlikely that they're going to be the same connections. But of course, you want to have a network and you want to connect on that sense. But overall, we all want to be on the same page. And of course, this podcast, if you will, just to reiterate, this podcast may well serve for step 1, because I'm going to show you the examples that you not to do. You understand? But at the same time, yeah, if you're trying to build, bro, because I'll tell you this, others are really trying to build, really want to build, really a builder. So this is pretty much the only part. But other than that, I'm saying, yo, brother, just kick your feet up and just enjoy. We could laugh and smile too, But step 6 would be create the building self-sufficiency and self-reliance. All right, So creating that building self-sufficiency and self-reliance. So you go back to the corn shop, basically you don't got to be there anymore. You don't got to be there because, you know what, you set up a manager, you set up a this, you set up a that. You done the investment, but you still getting your profit. And then guess what? Step 2, repeat. Step 7, repeat steps 2. Go choose the same country, choose a different country. Nobody gives a shit. You say, you know what, I'm not going to do corn no more. I'm going to do salsa. I'm going to go do queso. You know, I'm bringing Mexico. You know what I'm saying? You know, you could be like, hey, look, I'm not gonna just do the automobiles. I'm gonna do the scooters. You know, I'm not gonna do the I'm not gonna do the scooters. I'm gonna do the drones. I'm gonna do the whatever. You know, the Nerf guns, whatever it is, the water guns, children's toys, whatever it is that you want. But the point is that if you understand what it means to build. So I say, look, long story short, because what happens is this. I wrote this out. Some brother said, hey, bro, you saying too much. And I said, all right, let me not say no more. I'll just say this much. And I said, let me leave it at that. Long story short, i.e. step one, what it means to build is to create something productive that generates wealth for yourself and other people that you select. You know, you're going to Africa to select people to build wealth for them and yourself. So you choose a city so to have a market or a channel to a broader market, and you choose a community so to have land and labor. And of course, like I said, like I always do, I'm going to tell you guys, remind you guys that even though I'm going to be joking today, we're going to be having fun today, right? Even though we're going to be having fun, even though we're going to be joking today, you guys pick up a copy of my book. Okay, if you want some serious, serial, so on and so forth, you read this book, you read it, it's 500 pages, you read it twice. All right? And y'all, if y'all peeping the price, white boy raising the price. Shit, boy. I don't know what y'all waiting for. I don't know what you waiting for. But, you know, it is what it is. So I hope that was a nice disclaimer. Hopefully the brother appreciates. Oh, that's just something else. Hopefully the brother appreciates, you know, my sharing that disclaimer. And yeah, I do plan on sharing that disclaimer until I'm in Africa, because my thing is that I can't share this screen when I'm in America. So it is what it is. But Kofi says, good to hear. KWAZ radio is good. You already know. Revolutionary Matrix says, greetings to everybody. Bit of Medicine says, greetings. Says, thanks for coming through last night. So hopefully we'll whatever. But beyond that, we're going to go to the BANs.
I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please? Please?
Yes.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum. I was just about to tweet my brother Arthur and be like, yo, I gave you a shout out. Hey, anyway, so let's see. BANs, more victims in America. Shaking my damn head. You know, and this is the thing. I hate this. Like, look at this. You're a victim. What, discrimination tactic? Don Levitt? Nah, whatever. My point is that I was like, yo, why am I always talking about victimhood in America? Like, why am I always talking about it? So, oh yeah, this is the example. So here's the thing, right? Black folk, this is what it's just like, you know, you want to be on the side of black folk. You want to be like, yo, black folk, the world's out, you know, the world's against you or something. I don't know, right? Oh snap! I didn't even realize this is Hotel Virgin Mary. This was the sister. She's a funny sister. She's a good sister. You guys should check her out. Yesterday. No, not yesterday. On Thursday, she had an interview with Harsh Reality, and I was cracking up, yo. She good. She good. But anyway, so this is some dude. He just randomly attacks these Indians, right? If Dahmer said he was Indian, no one would have questioned the smell coming out of his house, you know? And it's like, just randomly. And so what do the Indians do? Obviously, they jump at us, right? You know, find it really annoying when these product of slave shipping Negro Knights mention us. Those monkeys don't realize saying this won't stop them from being killed unprovoked by the police. Don't know who these jigaboo, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. I don't need to read this shit. But you like, it's like, what are you fucking picking fights for? You know? Like, what is the point of picking a fight and then crying victim? And the thing is this. It's like, you know, cause sometimes, you know, we get into trouble with these crackers. And it's like, you don't even know now looking at us whether or not we wasn't on some, you know, F shit sometimes. You know? Like, you don't even know. So you know, they crack me up since they're darker than us. They could be dark too. Like, shut the fuck up, man. And I'm like, I'm gonna do this right here. I'm mad because, like, if y'all don't know, like between America and Russia, I actually do prefer Russia, and I'm saying that in America. I know these motherfuckers listening, right? I don't give a fuck because you know they motherfuckers, right? But anyway, here's this. Usually the Russians, they're cool, which like they don't mind you. They sometimes go online to advocate on your behalf. But look at this ad that Russia is pushing against America. And look who's gonna be, like, we gonna make a fucking appearance as to what's wrong with America. And you're gonna look at it. And here's the thing. If you look at this ad and you change the ethnicity of the Russians, you say, hey, you know what? Let's say these are Nigerians. Let's say these are Jamaicans. Let's say this is anything else. The ad still applies. Because I would say the same thing about... Let's see.
В Америку летите?
Да, переезжаем.
Америка самая свободная страна. Страна возможностей.
А вы с мужем летите?
Да, мы вместе. Он сейчас подойдет. А вот и мой муж. Знакомьтесь.
Эмили.
Простите, мистер. Пассажиры позади вас вегетарианцы. Им неприятно, что при них употребляют мясо.
Мы же их не заставляем это.
Простите, но в США принято придерживаться принципов демократии. Позвольте, я это заберу.
Парень, тут очередь в туалет.
What do you want?
В очередь, говорю, ставь в туалет.
I want to go to the toilet.
Простите, мистер, что случилось?
Да вот парень без очереди лезет тут.
И что? Вы не хотите его пропустить?
Я?
Конечно, конечно. Его надо пропустить. Мы подождем.
Его народ долгие годы терпел притеснение белых. Мы перед всеми афроамериканцами в долгу. Простите нас, сэр.
Yo, just change the ethnicity, man.
Прошу вас.
Look at this motherfucker.
Вы не могли бы пересесть в носовую часть самолета?
В смысле, я один?
Нет, вы все трое.
Зачем?
Там сзади пара, а не child free. Дело в том, что ваш сын попадает в поле их зрения, и это вызывает у них дискомфорт.
Прости, матушка Россия! Мы возвращаемся!
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, look. Hold on a second. Let me see what the comments are like, if there's any comments at all. But, like, greeting. Black screen. Tarated. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I'm there laughing my black ass off. I'm laughing my black ass off. You kidding? All right.
Как я давно хотел это сделать.
How long I wanted to do
В Америку летите?
You are flying to America?
Да,
Yes,
переезжаем.
Америка самая свободная страна. Страна возможностей.
А вы с мужем летите?
Да, мы вместе. Он сейчас подойдет. А вот и мой муж.
And here is my husband.
Знакомьтесь.
Get acquainted. It's a whole man.
Emily.
It's a woman. Emily. Like, okay, weird. Later on, the guy's eating meat.
Простите,
Sorry,
мистер.
mister.
Пассажиры позади вас вегетарианцы. Им неприятно, что при них употребляют мясо.
Мы же их не заставляем это.
Простите, но в США принято придерживаться принципов демократии. Позвольте, я это заберу.
Парень,
Hey, there's
тут
a line
очередь в
to the
туалет.
toilet.
What do you want?
What do you want?
В очередь, говорю, ставь в
I tell
туалет.
you, get in
I want to go to the toilet.
Простите, мистер, что случилось?
What
Да
happened
вот
here?
парень без
Yeah,
очереди
here's a
лезет
guy
тут.
jumping in line here.
И что? Вы не хотите его
So what?
пропустить?
You don't want to
Yeah?
skip ahead of me?
Конечно,
Sure,
конечно.
just-
Его надо пропустить. Мы подождем.
Его народ
His people in
долгие
Georgia
годы
have
терпел
been for
притеснение
years.
белых. Мы
We owe
перед
all
всеми
African
афроамериканцами в долгу.
And then they all bow.
Простите нас,
Forgive
сэр.
us, sir. Like I'm saying, like.
Прошу вас.
Oh man, I'll be embarrassed, yo. I'll be embarrassed. And the dude was just like, come on, bow to me.
Вы не могли бы пересесть в носовую часть самолета?
В смысле, я один?
Нет, вы все трое.
Зачем?
Там сзади пара, они child-free. Дело в том, что ваш сын попадает в поле их зрения, и это вызывает у них дискомфорт.
Прости, матушка Россия! Мы возвращаемся!
Yeah, anyway. All right, so that was it. My fault. I hope you guys saw the screen this time. Yeah. But yeah, so the part where the African American is there and they're like, yo, we oppress them, therefore, like they're oppressed by the white man, therefore we all owe them. Like I'm saying, if you changed out the ethnicity, that's what I'm saying about the victim mentality. When you push this victim mentality so much, people on the other side of the planet are gonna look at you as the victimized people. You know? Cause it's like, hey, look, oh man, I tell you, man, if Jeffrey Dahmer was an Indian, they wouldn't even complain about the smell. Man, their food stink, right? And it's like, okay, but why did you bring the Indians in here? You know? It's like, and then suddenly when the Indians are like, you know what, fuck you guys, man, and you guys are whatever, we're like, well, you guys are fucking racist, man. We have no allies. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. You know, like if you treat your, like if you go to the ABA, if you treat Africans, like other African groups, like they shit and they owe you something, right? They owe you something. They owe a debt. They should bow down and suck your dick or whatever, right? If you treating them like that, then obviously you're gonna have no allies. You know, Tanzan's in the building, Sankata's in the building. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming through. But like I'm saying, if you treat your people like shit, obviously you're gonna have no allies. And the reality is that victim mentality, it's gonna, like, it's biting you. Because I tell you this, Russia one time ran one of the biggest, like, if you guys remember the Blacktivist campaign, the Blacktivist Twitter account, whatever, that was a psyop. Like, that was like Russian propaganda, straight up, right? Like, and it was so engaging, so proliferate, like so big time, like so popular that like almost all of us on social media saw this Russian ads that were like, you know, oh, police brutality and oh, black man invented this and blah, like all that kind of stuff, all the stuff that you want to hear. They and now they like, yo, this motherfucker's a joke. You know? Anyway, now onto this right here. This one's this lady. And shit, speaking of jokes, right? This lady, she might need her own category, okay? Like, she finna have her own category. Like, not even BAN, not even ABA. Like, she's finna have her own category. Because what is this? It's gonna tie in with our love of hip hop, but like, what the fuck is this? I'm sorry, I don't even know if I can play the audio, but it's embarrassing. Look at this. Yeah. So I don't want to play the audio for whatever legal reasons, but like, she really did just walk up, and now she's like really singing along with the music. I don't know if y'all like, this is the mayor of this is the mayor. Yo, this is the mayor. Why does she keep making these horror videos, and why are taxpayers paying for it? Like, she is legit the mayor of one of the biggest black cities in America, right? And notwithstanding that, like, she got like zero swag. Shit, boy. I'm sorry. What? Nah, I'm sorry. What? Yeah, we're just gonna go by that, but like, yeah, just gonna put her. I mean, like, she's not necessarily an enemy, but I'm just gonna put her there because, like, what was that? You know, like I said, there's a disclaimer. If you wanna do some big shit, you know, pick your country, you know, do your shit, build your shit, right? But anyway, can happen anywhere, but it happens here too, right? So this video is gonna be like they at one time got called for advocating violence. This is not advocating violence. This is not violence. All right, this is just happens to be a video of Grand Theft Auto, right? This could happen anywhere. So the guy minding his business, he's pumping his gas. This is Philadelphia. Armed thief stole a man's car while he was pumping gas. Now, bear in mind, the video is gonna skip through. It's gonna jump through, and then you're not gonna see when the guy in the gray hoodie runs back in the car. There's another video where you can see the full unedited video, but basically he's just minding his business, and then dudes hop out of the truck, armed, with guns at him. They chase him down with, you know, pretty heavy weaponry, right? Well, not heavy weaponry, but, you know, they're not pistols. You know what I'm saying? I guess they get the key from him, and then they take his car. You know, it's going to skip. See, it skipped. They take a car, and they drive away. Yeah. And the thing is this can happen anywhere on the planet. And realistically, unless you're really, really quick, like realistically, like that's it. That's on your ass. Now, what you're gonna want, and this is just for those of you who are like, hey, what can I do in this situation? Because realistically speaking, if you get in this situation, there's not really much you can do. You know what I mean? Like if you just by yourself, even if you like some people are like, yo, I would just be there with my strap. Okay, sure, but you're gonna like, I don't know how many people you could kill in 1 second. You know what I mean? Because 5 people can kill you in 1 second. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't kill 5 people in 1 second, then you're in big fucking trouble, right? So why do I say this? That's what I'm saying. Like when you're picking what country you want to work in and what city you want to work in, you have to understand, well, what happens when this shit happens? You understand? How often is this happening in the city or country that you want to go to? Okay? Because if this is happening often, the reality is that you're going to be unsafe. Or not to say that you're going to be unsafe, but like maybe don't be in this freaking city. Don't be in this community like that. But, you know, this could happen anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, this could happen on, this could happen anywhere. You know, like you know what I mean? Like all it takes is 6 people. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is 6 people. Your black ass and 5 other people to fucking stop their car in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like that can happen anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But the question is, well, if 5 people stop your black ass somewhere, okay, what's gonna happen to them? Because these boys are gonna walk. Or not just that, these boys are gonna multiply. They multiplying. You know, no matter how you try, you know, never die. Just retaliate with hate and they multiply. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So I mean, just bear that in mind. But other than that, that's all I wanted to say about that. Like I said, actually, let me see what the comments are like in case anybody, well, no, Tanzan probably tell you what you could do. Tanzan knows how to, like, she understands military like that. Now, what I'm going to have to remember to do is switch back from the transition. That's what happens with me. I switch on the transition, then I go and look at the stuff, and then I forget to switch back. So I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something it won't.
Wait, no, don't call me. Don't call me an African. I'm a Moor. I'm American Indian. I'm an Indian. Shit, you call me slave. You don't call me no damn African. No, I'm an African.
Yeah. So Arthur says that he can't be joining today, which is it is what it is. But yeah, so we get the ABAs. Stop going into their spaces. What is this? Stop going into their spaces. What is this? Oh, yeah. So this is all I want y'all to realize. So actually, some brother was telling me today. He was like, "Yo, you know, he's a successful brother, right? From another country, right? And he's like, yo, when I talk to other successful African Americans, right, I tell them that I'm from this other country. They coming to me like, oh, cool. I'm 80% of that, myself. You know what I mean? Like that's in my genetic profile myself. Or they be like, oh, well, that's my backup plan if things don't work out here in America. Because they successful. But then you got to go back to the dregs. And the thing is that the dregs, that could be anywhere. Anywhere on the planet, people going to be xenophobic. Right? The only thing I would say about African Americans is that they are richer than most people. You know what I mean? Like Black Americans, like they make money. Like they have a higher income than most people. When I say most people, I mean most people. You know what I'm saying? Like most people on the planet don't make as much money. Like they don't make, 40, 50, and these are low numbers for African Americans. 40, 50,000 a year. They don't make that. Most people don't make that. They don't. Most people on the planet, I'm not talking about most Americans. Because most, white Americans, sure, they make more, obviously. If you compare yourself to white Americans make a lot of money, like by everybody's standards. But African Americans make like 70% of that, which is still a lot of money. It's not like everybody else is, like you talking about you going to other countries and people is walking away with like $5,000, for the year or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you. And we talking about like grown folk, not like, intern summer program. We talking about grown folk making $5,000 for the year. So the thing is that, you're going to see the xenophobia online from African Americans and be like, yo, why they always doing this, blah, blah. It's all over. It's all over. I think I saw this video. I didn't show it here. Cause I don't, again, I'm not going to join in that conversation per se. But what I would say is that, yeah, there's videos of people like, hey man, you Zambians are coming into our country, or you Rwandans are coming into our country, Yeah, if you're broke, that's how you feel. If you're not building nothing, that's how you feel. If you're building something, you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Zambian want to work for me for, shit, get your money, boy. You know what I'm saying? Or the Zambian come to me and he's like, yo, man, I got this enterprise. Yeah, man, get your money, boy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so this is what I want to say, though. But, like, what you got to do is that when you see that, you just say to yourself, look, that's not a good space for me. You know what I mean? I should not be there. They ain't talking anything that I want to hear because I'm interested in building. You understand? You don't go to them and say, hey, man, how can I be of help to you? Or what is your message anyway? Or how can I amplify your message? Or how can I convince you otherwise? What the fuck are you convincing them for? Like, what do you care? Like I said, I had this post, in fact, I had this thread where I was like, yo, there's 3 things. Shit, I should have probably put that up. But I had this thread where I'm like, yo, if y'all understand the remnants of, here you go. Because I thought this was an interesting thread. And y'all see, I'm just on the tweets. I'm surprised I didn't put that one up. Anyway, I said something. I said, look. Wait, no. Shit, what the fuck? All right, I said, look, there's 3 seemingly secular ideas in the Black conscious community that may be relics of our past Christianization. I'm not 100% sure because I don't have a past Christianization. You know what I mean? Like my mother was a Christian, but she ain't really, like she didn't do this, number one. She ain't really push it. She was like, go read the Bible. But I was like, I'll read it when I'm older or some shit. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it'd be better if I read it when I was older. But nah, you know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense for me to read it now. But anyway, so I said, number one, trying to convert the masses. This is what it is right here. We trying to convert other folk. You don't gotta convert other folk. If you understand the 7 points I told you, right? All you gotta do is build something. You don't gotta convert people to build for, like, you don't gotta convert people on another land to build if you ain't trying to build in that land. If you're trying to build in that land, sure, then you could convert people to build for you or build with you. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say if I said, look, let me go to Rwanda, right? Not saying I want to go to Rwanda. Oh, like Nigeria. Let me say I want to go to Nigeria because I definitely don't want to go to Nigeria, right? Now, let's say I go to Nigeria, right? Then I could be like, hey, guys, I want you, corn is, let's go back to the corn chip thing, right? corn is the best thing, and I love corn, and corn is so delicious. So let's go with potatoes, whatever. Potato chips. We eat potato chips in America. I could convert people on the potato chip scheme. And I say scheme not to me the bad thing, just saying potato chip scheme. I could say, oh, let's go get some potato chips in Nigeria. I could do that. But the idea that I'm going to be in America talking about, hey man, why don't you agree with my philosophy in regards to, like, what the fuck I care? I'm just going to put potatoes on everybody's plate. So I'm saying I think this part of the Black conscious community where it's like we, number one, trying to convert the masses. So I'll tell you this experience I had. When I was in high school, I had an Afghani classmate, right? Muslim, okay? Who, though I was jokingly asking him questions about his faith, he replied with how his faith required him to answer. And I was recently reminded that Christians had a similar command. Now there was this one boy in my Discord who was like, hey, the reason why I'm explaining this is because of, some Peter or something. I don't know what it was. But I was like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I remember that now. Like, I'm saying? That's why I said, like, no disrespect to the young man. But like Ptah Htp said, yo, you can learn from the ignorant as well as the wise. You know what I'm saying? And so, I remember now. And so I'm like, the idea that convincing and proselytizing to even disinterested people, this idea of convincing and proselytizing to even disinterested people, is this a relic of Christianity, right? So remember, Ani speaks about the imperialist tendencies of Abrahamic faiths. Is that a relic of our imperialist background, Christianization, or just a good strategy? It's worth noteworthy that many African faiths did not spread by conversion, but many instead were through family building. Now, I don't know really what they were spreading by, but I think, yeah, maybe this was probably family building. Like you meet a lady and you say, yeah, well, this is how we do it. This is how the Ija do it. You know what I'm saying? Or you ain't, going around, hey, you gotta cook jollof the way you gotta have a tomato-based jollof instead of an oil-based jollof. Like, oh, it's just, hey, that's what I like. I like tomato-based jollof. That's it. Now, obviously, these number 2 and 3, I can read this too. Women should submit to men. I was listening to the conversation. Shout out to Tanzan, where the men were insisting that women should submit to men. Some going so far to say even in the dating stages as opposed to marriage. I gave no opinion because it was off topic, and I understood the Christian background in play, but I also knew that many would cite indigenous examples in Africa for submission. That said, considering its popularity in the Western conversation and its verbiage, is that a relic of Christianity, right? That's another question. And of course, the supremacy of religion is a connecting point. I kind of just bullshitted this last one because I was like, I don't even know the fucking, I don't know the fucking Christianity like that. As Western Africa had empires, but not religious empires, rather political ones. I feel like this is connected to point 1. However, many Black conscious people, even as early as Blyden and as popular as Garvey in Jamaica, think that religion more than politics is the way to unite, particularly Black people, when realistically it only weakened us. So what I would say is that, like I said, if you want to unite, build economics. It's economics. It's Bill Clinton said, it's the economy, stupid. But anyway, back to the space. So, like I said, you don't got to go converting. You don't got to go listening. But here's what happened.
I haven't heard any of this rhetoric until I have never heard any of this rhetoric.
So this is a decent sister, decent, right? And so she's gonna look like, I'm gonna say she's decent because she advocated for our cause, I guess, right? But this is it. Like, what are you even going into this space for? So you're gonna hear what goes on in this space, which is only reason why it's worthwhile, I guess. It says, watch FBA's xenophobic group recruiting tactics online. Our innocent brothers and sisters go inside FBA online reparations rooms, come out hating Africans and immigrants. Dangerous rhetoric against African and Caribbean that has to stop. More love, say no to hate. So, like I said, instead of just going to these spaces, just leave them the fuck alone. There's a way to do it where you could clown them in their space, but again, like, realistically, like me personally, y'all don't see me joining them rooms like that. You know what I mean? Like, if I peek in, I kind of feel ashamed that I'm peeking in. But that's just the human condition. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, look. Where we at?
Rhetoric until I came on this side of Twitter. Like,
yeah, because you need to go on the streets. That's need to go on the
I am active.
They've been extremely fucking normal. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, how are they supposed
because
to
the government is fighting us. That's why the government is fucking pushing them against us.
You can at least wait until I'm finished speaking my point. However, in my personal experience, everyone of a different culture, like a different African rooted culture, has been extremely welcoming to me, has been extremely open with their culture. And we have like learned recipes, cooked together, gone to church together. Like
they culture
I'm
ain't
not
that
a
great.
tether.
They
How you
culture
gonna
ain't
call me a tether and you don't even know my nationality? Like, let's be real. Let's be real.
There's a greater mass of people who come here and straight up undermine our people. You understand that? You understand that, right?
I mean, can you provide evidence of that? Because that's something that I've never heard
we
of
got
or
enough
been
evidence.
exposed
You need to go do your
Listen,
research and study.
it's not for me to do the homework. It's for you to
Yeah, these people always do the research. Like, that's the dumbest folk, man.
kind of come in some of these rooms.
But you're trying to like make
Hold
me
on,
understand.
You late to the party,
And
Daphne.
so,
You
like,
too
with
late.
no evidence, how
Hold
can I
on.
understand?
There's evidence. You just late to it. You years late.
I'm trying to lead you to some evidence. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't have time to post shit.
Look in the jumbotron. They up there killing our women, dismembering. It's up there. Look in the jumbotron. That's
I
enough
mean, our
evidence.
own black men dismember and rape
Oh,
children in
I
our
gotta
homes.
get
Like,
you
let's
up
be
out of here,
real.
bro. I gotta get you up out of
That's
here.
not true.
I told y'all
That's not
Take
true.
you up out of the hole.
You
fucking
your own
African.
motherfucking hood. That's how shit.
Hey, we don't have no businesses, food deserts. It doesn't get put back in the communities, and they're leeching and eating off of us. They go on our HBCUs, use our scholarships. They get their own caucuses, and we can't even get scholarships from their caucuses, and they lock your ass out. They get shops and all kinds of shit that you can't get.
I
know. What do you mean?
Oh my God, yo! What college do you go to? So I make sure I can
sound like
tell
a Democrat.
So I
motherfuckers
make sure
college.
that I mind your own motherfucking business. And I really hope that y'all,
Why don't
see
y'all
the light
raise y'all
someday.
goddamn hands? This is actually getting annoying now.
I really hope
Shit.
y'all see the light someday. Like, maybe one day y'all gonna see the
I
light.
hope
but
you see the light.
We gonna see the light.
Baby, I'm in the light.
Yeah, all right. So, I mean, that's, you know, but you kind of hear the vitriol. Oh, she dating a fucking African. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like well, shut the fuck up, you know? All that stuff. Like, whoa, pause, you know? But, like, I would say this. She did keep her cool. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, me, I'm like, yeah, I don't like the process here or whatever, right? But, like, she kept her cool. I ain't gonna hold you. In spite of all that. But that's what they're doing. This is what it is. And it's like, realistically, like she said, you don't hear this shit offline. And it's not to say that people in the lower dregs don't have these kind of feelings. Or even not just the lower dregs. It's not to say that people not going to notice your ethnic group and notice some sort of tendencies regarding your ethnic group. Or notice the propaganda against your ethnic group. Like, for instance, some older folk might say, hey, you know, Jamaicans, they're this or that. You know what I mean? Like, that's fine. Like, it's okay to admit that, you know, Western propaganda works. That's okay. Nobody thinks Western propaganda doesn't work. But, you know, you don't have to give people that decency, because if you want to know their opinions, just watch the Western propaganda. You know, there might be a joke or two in there. You know what I'm saying? Now here's where it comes in even more spectacular. And the reason why I'm actually surprised that this one came up, because this is a dude named Re-Up. So again, this is the ABA, right? This guy named Re-Up, and apparently Re-Up actually fancies himself a scholar, and we're going to show you some evidence of that just a little bit later, right? So this guy, Re-Up, was in another room, and I think he's the one who's just like this is the thing, though. It's like, this is the energy, and this is why I say this is the difference between me and a lot of other folk. You know? One thing I'm going to have is energy for white folk. You know? I don't have too many charges of assault under my belt, but I'll tell you this. I did assault a white boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna tell y'all otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So it's like no matter how much smoke you might say, hey man, oh, you got some smoke for black folk. Yeah, true. Of course I got away with it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. What I'm saying is this. Yeah. One person, like you cannot. Like, if you wouldn't stand toe to toe with a white boy, don't come to me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Just don't. Just don't. Anyway, so in a space filled with white supremacists, Re-Up starts randomly talking about how black immigrants undermine black Americans. His tone almost suggests he's venting to them, as if these random racist people on Twitter can solve his problems. He's called the N-word and just laughs it off. So these white supremacists hold. All right, let me show you the context. White supremacists host a space where they're saying racist shit about black Americans. Grinch is trying to debunk their racist talking points, and then Re-Up grabs the mic and says Grinch is African and not from America, so he can't speak on behalf of black Americans, right? So, I mean, obviously, like, so Grinch, I don't know what Grinch is even doing. This is Re-Up, okay? So Grinch is like, I don't know who these people are. I'm not gonna hold you. Kind of just block them. As you can see, when I had to unmute this, somehow I muted this. I don't know what, like I might have muted the word America, and you know, it just whatever. But I can't remember. I think somebody linked this. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So this is it, right? So these white folk are hosting a space. Grinch is not that much better coming in. You guys are so blah blah blah. That's kind of stupid. But then this guy says, "Hey, why don't you shut the fuck up? You're an African. You can't speak for us."
This flat blackness. You guys get in there. You don't, quote unquote, some of you, I'm not going to paint you out with a broad stroke, but most of you don't have the same interest as us, so you kind of undermine us. This is the same way they use people of color instead of defining us as just strictly black.
Amen, brother.
Trick bag.
Okay,
if you say something else to me, Mr. Chili Man, bro, I promise.
What you gonna do, boy?
I would love to hear from Grinch now.
But wait, stop
Grinch,
trolling Re-Up. He actually made a good point. He actually
Michael, you're a
point,
Jew. Michael, we're coming for you in real life.
I snap all y'all.
I would love to hear Grinch.
Hey, it's Grinch. It's Grinch.
Please,
let the nigger speak.
Galchi, let him speak.
I disagree with that mainly because you
benefit from it.
Shut the fuck Re-Up.
Let
dumb
him
nigger.
fucking speak.
Listen, when
fucking idiot, yo. I mean, like y'all go, go to these white boys. You go to these white boys and you're just like, hey, let me explain myself in front of you, please. Oh my gosh, I hate you. You know, you Africans, you benefit from what this white man's giving me. Yeah. Fucking idiots, man. And he's talking about the enemies within. And then this guy, like you're gonna see, he got smoke. He got smoked sometimes. So I'm gonna say no homo, but this woman ate. Okay. Before we get into the woman who ate, I'm gonna give you guys some background, some context. And I say no homo because apparently that she ate is like woman's rhetoric, you know. Yo, I'm playing a lot of audio though. What the fuck? All right, so somebody sent this. I saw this come up. It's like, I've been quiet for 3 days. This fucking idiot right here, National Reparations League. He's like, while a brother that I have supported multiple times, he's talking about Tariq Nasheed, is trying to throw salt at something we have been working very hard on, family. Somebody tell Tariq Elite that he has questions. Contact me man to man. Let's not move like this. So basically, Tariq Nasheed wanted to do a reparations march, okay, and then they canceled his permits or something like that. He didn't do the permits right, and so because he didn't do the permits right, they were telling him, why don't you support this march, okay? Why don't you support the National Reparations March? And he was like, I don't know who that fucker is, you know, like basically he's not gonna support this guy because it's not him. He's not running the griff. You get what I'm saying? And so now the guy is going to call him out. But here's the thing. The guy was a supporter of Tariq Nasheed, so he was a fucking idiot. You know, so other people are saying, why'd you at the wrong Tariq, you know, kind of shit, you know. But like, yeah, they're both fucking dummies. So it's just, but it shows you also, this is what I mean by ABA. It shows you how they will sabotage their own movements. Right? Or there's no honor among thieves. That's what they say. There's no honor among thieves. You know, if you in it for riches, right? You're just gonna behave like a bunch of snitches. What's wrong with y'all?
National Reparations League. I've never heard of them. There's a brother named Rashad involved, and I don't know brother Rashad. I heard he's a thorough brother. I know they got Hawk Newsom. He's an activist out there in New York.
All right, hold on a second. Before we get into it, let me read the comments though. So yeah, Tanzan says avoid hate-filled spaces. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And then she goes, who are these unhinged people? Don't bother even trying to convert or debunk them. Why even bother trying to convince them of anything? Yeah, and it's like, I want to say that on this too. Like I said, I feel like it's the relic of our Christianization because it's like, who the fuck cares what these white folk think? You know, like if you're talking about ancient African, like nobody gives a shit. You know, hey man, my thing is, you know, but see the white boy, what he understood is that he could just go there and do some economic work. You know? So the white man show up inside of Africa and he's like, yo, I'm going to build roads. I'm gonna build schools. I'm gonna build so on and so forth. Then people are like, what else? What are you saying? And white boy's like, hey man, I ain't gonna talk to you unless you follow this belief system. They're like, okay, let me sign up, right? I mean, it's some sellout shit, but you gotta understand what the white boy came through when he built. When you go to the white boy, or you go to anybody, you ain't building shit. So why the fuck anybody want to listen to you? It's just like if I go up to a sister, in fact, let's say I'm macking, and I'm just like, yo, girl, I'm gonna give you some I mean, I can't say this myself, but let's say if I'm one of them, limp dick motherfuckers, right? I can't say that myself, but what I'm saying is this: if I'm one of them limp dicks, and I'm just going to a sister like, hey, girl, I'm gonna give you 20 best seconds of your life, right? Fuck that shit. She ain't I'm gonna give you some mediocre 20 seconds, right? And she ain't gonna spend not no clothespin right there. You can't squeeze her head and make her legs open. She ain't gonna do that, right? What you gotta do is you gotta be like, yeah, you gotta say like you got shit together. You gotta approach your sister like, yeah, man, I'll build something with you. You understand? That's just a principle. What applies in the dating world applies in the real world, or the non-dating world. If you want people to follow this thing, like this re-up guy goes into this white space, the Grinch guy goes into this white space. Y'all ain't building shit for this white boy. Why the fuck he want to listen to you? And I mean, this principle, this idea is going to keep recurring too. This idea is going to keep recurring, but I'm going to continue with this thing right here. EL says, I mean, we must be proud of ourselves and think race first. Gotta be, right? So peace to EL, by the way. EL says facts. EL's in the building. Tanzan's here in 2 different accounts, so y'all make sure y'all follow both of them. Tanzan be having 2 different accounts, yo. I guess Tanzan don't know you could log on to both accounts on 2 different devices.
He's going to be one of the speakers, and there have been some people kind of going back and forth with Hawk on Twitter. Hawk Newsom is my brother. Hawk is actually a solid guy. Hawk Newsom is actually a very solid guy. That's my brother. He's a rider, and I don't know if he knows who's really, really behind everything. I don't know, but and I'm not pointing the finger at my brother Hawk, but I'm like, damn.
So ask him.
What the hell? What in the whole hell is this? What in the hell is this? And they got the damn permits overnight.
And so he shows proof that they didn't get it overnight, but they sent it in October 9th.
Yeah, from what I understand, they got the permits overnight.
And they paid like $120. It looks
so looks like, and again, I'm not, because brother Rashad, he might be cool. I don't know the brother. I don't know him, but.
So why not contact me? He says.
This sounds like something that the Democrats are orchestrating, man.
He's like very false. He shows an example where
this sounds like something that the Democrats are orchestrating.
The Democrats. Wait, let me see
some people are saying I should.
It says Republicans let you see them for the snakes they are. Democrats hope you don't see them for the snakes they are. So I guess he has a picture of a snake, and then another one's a picture of a snake with a unicorn helmet on.
Get involved with that? No, because I don't know who's really behind it. That was the purpose of us doing our own march, so that we can know who's who from top to bottom. You see?
Basically, he wants to collect that money.
Now, people want me to they want me to get involved with this, and I don't know.
A Twitter account just a couple of days ago, so it's in the National Reparations League.
He said this guy created a Twitter account just a couple of days ago. But at the same time, he's like, hey, brother, really need you to come over to Twitter and join a space with Hawk Newsom and several other reparationists to discuss the rally. And then I guess Tariq Nasheed said, I'd barely be on Twitter, LOL. Me being asked to join. No. So this guy asked, I guess Tariq Nasheed probably. I guess he's showing the tweet. I don't know who. But it seems like he's saying Tariq Nasheed asked him to join a rally, as to say that Tariq Nasheed already knew the guy or, knew of the guy. But at the same time, the guy, like Tariq Nasheed is saying all the shit about him.
Never heard of it. How long have they been active? I've never heard of that stuff.
And so he shows that the Reparations League has 33,000 followers. That's actually not bad.
So come on, man. We gotta be on top of this thing. What's up? All
right, so that's probably like hip hop. So I'm gonna play it lower. I guess rumors are more exciting than truth. And of course, I want to point out we do like hip hop. and he has this. But this I know, but this is how I support. So he says after all this, right, he still supports Tariq Nasheed. Like, you fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up. You know, and this is what I say, like we was talking about this the other day, matter of fact. You know, about the women who go through like you know, issues with their man or something. And then after that, they stay with the man. You know? Like, come on. You know? So like I said, this sister's gonna eat. This is gonna eat. And we actually might play a little bit too much of this sister, but she's gonna eat. Anyway, before that, I'm gonna give some more context. So basically that's the reparation march that she's gonna reference. This is
have always been.
Oh, if you don't know who Tariq Nasheed is, this is Tariq Nasheed. Yo, look at this white boy gonna be like, what?
Blacks got to be on the bottom because black people, we have the genetic capacity to annihilate the entire planet sexually. Because when we procreate with you, the offspring is going to be non-white. So black people operate on genetic threat. So we have to be on the bottom. White supremacy is crystallized on how black people are mistreated. This is why when we bring Asians over, the Asians start doing their little nigger jokes when they get around you. So what? All these other groups are niggas.
Well, I gotta laugh at this white boy.
The system of white supremacy is determined on how much they mistreat black people.
What was that about? How much they dislike black? In other words, we trade
This cracker needs to clean his nose hairs though, huh? But anyway, yeah. So that's the guy Tariq Nasheed. Just a FYI, because some people might be like, "Who the fuck is Tariq Nasheed?" I'm not in this matrix, man. I feel you on that. But like in case you are plugged in, you aren't plugged in. Let me whatever. So you about to see this woman cook. What? Yeah, exactly. What? He's like, yo, this bread's what? Motherfucking crazy. I don't like how this motherfucker always uses the H before his W, man. That's just crazy. White man. Anyway, so jump to 37 minutes and listen to Finish Him. So we're gonna just jump to 37. Yeah, this woman's gonna eat. Like I said, no homo using that homo rhetoric, or I guess black women might make it rhetoric, but like gay men use it. But like, yo, like shit. I might just play like 5 minutes, but I listened to 10 minutes the first time, but I'm gonna play like 5 minutes. But she's going.
Bring a pen and paper. Pen and paper. Yeah, she's not on here anymore. Okay, pen and paper. I see it. Yeah, she's here. Let the sister talk. Pen and paper.
Pen and paper. Let's hop on with pen and paper. What's up, pen and paper? Oh, pen and paper's been trolling a lot. What's up, pen and paper? Let's hear.
Yeah, I don't waste my time with people who steal from the black community. I just want to know why the room is catering to this guy when he has stolen money from black people, and I also want to know why he is derailing a reparations march, all because he couldn't turn in a permit the right way. So one, I don't know no grown ass man who still uses a Yahoo email account as a business account, and I definitely don't know a grown ass adult male who would use KFlex number 4 for life. Like that's some MySpace shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's already like, he's already like debunked his own self. Like I don't even know why anyone's taking him seriously. And number 2, right? So we know he's a demagogue, right? We know he co-ops already existing movements and leeches onto them. And then he'll sit there and tell y'all, and y'all asking him, how are y'all going to get reparations when he himself is not a reparations expert? Y'all, and then he's trolling y'all and telling y'all not to troll him back. So if he can dish it out, y'all can give it right back to him. Y'all do not have to baby this guy. He is no one. This is why we need to have a standard in the black community, period. When anyone comes into the black community and grifts, you get rid of that motherfucker. You shut him out and you choke him out. There's no way he should be given like any kind of mic or any way to explain or any way to rebrand so he can get more followers, because that's the only reason why he's here. He's here so he can get content for his YouTube and so he can convince his people that he's still the same person who can drag Africans. Don't give him that chance. And everyone's questioning him now. Everyone's like, man, if he's this guy who should know how to handle business, how come he can't send an email? All you got to do is hit reply. He couldn't even do that right. And not only that, if you look at the dates of the email, they're literally a month apart. If he really wanted to do this rally like he said he did, he would have followed proper protocol and get that shit done. The sad part is he kept saying how he had other people working for him. You mean all y'all motherfuckers can send an email correctly to get a rally done? And then not only that, once a brother who had good intentions to get it done gets it done, instead of having his people be like, all right, y'all, my dumb ass don't know how to spell, so I fucked up. I also don't know how to get a good email. I decided to use my MySpace email, so they didn't take me seriously, right? I also don't know how to write an email, because if you look at the format of the email, I am Tariq Nasheed is not how anyone with any common sense writes an email, but we'll let that slide, right? Because not everyone is on that level, but like he demonstrates every day, right? So the thing is once that happens, right, he should have told Rashad, you know, brother, you did what I couldn't. I got you. We're going to go ahead and follow your lead. No, instead, he sows seeds of doubt, right? He starts talking about, well, you know, family, the FBI's is why I couldn't send an email. And it's like, no, it wasn't. It was because your dumbass didn't know how to send it correctly. And if you would have done it in a timely manner, you would have gotten permit like he demonstrated. Because what ended up happening is he posted these emails, right? And when people pointed out, like, bro, you didn't even send it to the right place, he deleted them. So if you look at his post now, he deleted them because he knew he fucked up. And instead of getting on mic and be, you know, someone of integrity and be like, you know what, y'all, I'm dyslexic. I fucked up. No, instead, he's like, he's downing another Black American. So when he tells y'all like, oh, these Africans for us, look at his behavior. Who has been the number one obstructionist to reparations? There is no point in time, if you look at the history of reparations, which started off as a Pan-African movement, and if y'all know who Queen Mother Moore is, y'all will understand how we got here today. There is no point in time in which we tied immigration to reparations. It never happened. It wasn't until these grifters came along, sponsored by the far right.
All right, so yeah, I only saw 5 more minutes of that. I kind of want to play the 5 more minutes, but I know, you know, maybe somebody don't want to hear that. So it is where it is. But dude ends up leaving. Then he comes back and he's just, you're a tether. And she's still going at him. She's just boom, boom, body. So I just did a few dips. That's why I'm a little bit out of breath. But you get that dip machine, boys. But yeah. So she just fucking eats him, finish him. Dude was like on it, and that's how you should. And see, here's my issue though. At some point, the host is all, hey, let the guy speak back, and it's like that's a thing that we also got to realize, that when somebody is, because I'm saying like we too civil sometimes, and I mean I'm okay with civility, like I'm a civil guy sometimes, right? But like, and I mean like I respect civility. Like for instance, you might see on like if y'all see how I behave on Shoot the Breeze on Tanzan's African Mind, like I'm pretty civil. I let people speak even if they wrong type shit, right? But you know, she's saying this, that like, but like here's the thing. You could let people speak when they wrong, but there's also situations when you need to just run down somebody. Even if it's rhetorically. And so what she did with, how she did it with Tariq Nasheed, that's how you're supposed to do it. Like you're supposed to go into a space where if you could run down the person, like you try to run them down. Say, look, man, first off, you a fucking blah, 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 blah. Just keep going. And then if the host is like, well, where do you got to go? And the host tells you to go and you fucking dip. It's not that important. You say your piece and you go. See, if she just sits there, lets them motherfuckers speak, because it's like a 50-minute video. So he was speaking for like 50 minutes. Right? And people making him speak and all that shit. And she's like, yo, cut that. So, I mean, what we saw, that's really how you handle trolls. If you're going to handle trolls. I mean, the first sister who showed up, who was like, hey, you know, I haven't seen that kind of thing. That was good too. You know, it was kind of like, it wasn't the best, but the way how Pen and Paper did it, she ate up. I was like, yo, like I'm listening to a motherfucking commie. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the thing about Pen and Paper, just a little more FYI for you guys. She's actually like, she's actually, you know, putting in that work, you know? EL says brutal. You already know. So here's EL. So she's like, yo, we're exactly in Jackson, Mississippi. Because y'all remember the water crisis that Forecast is talking about too, right? So this is the Moses West Foundation. I guess they moving through, right? And she goes, now I'm not really like a fan of the communists, so she's a Pan-African communist. I'm not a fan of communists, so I don't really care for this response like that. But still, she's connected to the boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So she's in the city. So basically, I gave you guys the steps. She chose the city, you know, and built something there, if you will. Because she said, look, I can get boots on the ground, like we discussed in all your tweets, and send residents with jugs to receive water ASAP. Now, I'm not about free water myself, but what I can say is that, you know, if you build something where you can mobilize people, that's what it is. That's something, you know? So this guy says, hey, hit me up about your earlier tweet. She's like, look, they already reached out to me and they took care of it, you know? So, I mean, she's not just like playing games is what I'm trying to point out, you know? Because these other folk was playing games, you know? But she's not just playing games. She also about it. So I'm gonna give her the props, you know? So then this is like I told you about re-up. Now see, I got something muted. See what I'm saying? Like I just mute some of this shit. Like I don't even know what it is. Maybe like racist or something. Like I just said I don't want to hear nothing about racist. But like you can see this. Like I guess this guy. Yeah, this guy's like, yo, he like has a space and he's like, send pen and paper here. I'm a scholar and I will beat her. And he's like, yo, Pen is a communist. She's no good. And Pen is like, yo, bruh, you ain't. And that's re-up. That's the same guy that made them motherfuckers talk over him. She's like, yo, you won't see me in a space like that, you know? So, I mean, I thought that was interesting because, like I said, this guy fancies himself a scholar. And, I mean, I know it's not, so it's like this. And it's like Penn be schooling. Penn will come here and pack her your ass up. And he's like, look, been around the world, know the black history, but I'm a friendly debate on a single topic, pros and cons, no mute, 3 minutes each, 3 rounds. I doubt I could pack her out. I could win barely, I could lose barely, but she ain't draggable. He's like, okay, we're similar. I wouldn't try to drag her. I'd keep to the facts, blah, 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 blah. But like this is the same motherfucker. Like, and the thing is that one of them is actually community, like actually active, you know, or you know, whatever. And the other one, like, come on, you a clown. But it is what it is. We're gonna just go a little more, you know. I just thought she was like I thought she was interesting. Oh yeah, she had this thing. Basically, it's a thread based off of this white boy. So some white woman. A white boy wrote some 10 signs you're probably in a cult, and like one of them is the leader is the ultimate authority. If you're not allowed to criticize your leader, even if the criticism is true, you're probably in a cult. The group suppresses skepticism, all that kind of shit. So, you know, that's another thing. You know, she did some synopsis of something. And then here's the last thing I want to say on this topic, which is Tariq Nasheed. Look at this shit. After all said and done, he still got a reparations rally. Y'all see me? Y'all see me? After all said and done, he still got it. Because see, these white boys, you know, at the end of the day, these white boys approve of whether you're going to have a rally or not. So he got his paperwork messed up. He got called out on all that shit. There's another person doing something October, whatever, right? And they say, yeah, fuck that. I don't give a shit what y'all saying. This is motherfucking money in the bank for me. This is money in the bank for me because I'm bringing T-shirts. I'm bringing T-shirts. I'm bringing hats. I'm bringing DVDs. I'm collecting speaker fees. You already know, man. All right, let's go to the next one. Yo, we moving slow, huh? Yo, can you imagine? Shit. All right. So anyway, look, pay for the food, you fucking loser, or say no. You know, I mean, here's the thing. I'm saying, like, yo, these dudes, man, I'm tired of these motherfuckers. Like, yo, internet's mad weird. So this is it. So it's like, hey, fellas, what's the wildest thing a woman has asked you for when you just met them? So he's like, posed this to my close friend in the last year. We exchanged numbers on Twitter, and after saying she wanted to get to know me and suggested that we should go on a date in public to meet up in the DMs. Basically, long story short, the dude's gonna, I mean, she's gonna try to clown him because she's gonna be like, yo, you ain't got no bread, right? But like, at the same time, it's like, come on. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all see that video of Mangina? Like, yo, I don't know if y'all know this, man, but like, I don't know, man. Some dudes is on that hitting women stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? I was actually getting clowned for not being about hitting women. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's random. But anyway, look here. But yeah, so I'm thinking of that. Brother Bukhari understands, though. He gets it. He says, what's up, everybody? I didn't get a notification. Yeah, my fault. Kofi says, remember, they said marching was for clowns, and now they are marching. Yep, they get that the grift could be done. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna say to this dude right here, matter of fact, though, this mangina right here, it's like, yo, just pay for the damn food. Shut the fuck up, or just say no. Like these guys invented a new dating rule, which is whoever asks for the date pays for the date. Motherfucker, just pay for the damn date. If you don't got it, just don't go on a fucking date. Like, it ain't even complicated. You know? Ruth, Chris, and STK are two of my favorite spots. And of course, there's no evidence that she did suggest a date, but still. Ruth, Chris, and STK are, and it wouldn't fucking matter. What am I talking about? I'm going into their fucking logic. We can go to any one of those as options. I've been to both of those, and I think STK is overrated, so we can do Ruth's Chris. So this is a dude. Dude is in the blue, right? She goes, okay, great. So next Tuesday, right? And will you be able to come pick me up beforehand? I think Tuesday should be fine. Just let me know what time and I can make sure I'm free. And yeah, just send me the address the day before. She's like, I got you. I'm going to try to be ready around 8 because I get off at 6 and have to rush home. But I stay 20 minutes from my job, so it shouldn't take long. Okay, so basically we looking at around 8:30, correct? Right? So he's like, yo, okay. Like, you know, fuck 8. It's going to be 8:30 because you're an idiot, you know? And like, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe she thinks he's good looking. I don't know. Somewhere around that time, yes. And I'm trying to make sure I don't order much from the menu when we go. Right? Okay, now look at this stupid shit, right? I'm going to make sure I don't order too much from the menu, right? Which is like, okay, you know? And I completely understand that. She's like, now he's like, now here's what you got to say as a dude, be like, oh, thanks, you know? That's it, right? Or like, okay, you know, well, you don't got to worry about that, you know? You got to worry about that, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? Said he's like, why would you have to be cautious of how much you order? She's like, well, because I don't know what your budget is for our date. My budget? Yes, your budget. Or are you saying I don't have one and I could get it, whatever, right? Like, oh shit, you ain't got no budget? He's like, no. I mean, you can get whatever you want. Honestly, I just wasn't aware that I have to pay for everything when you initiated the whole thing. Fucking idiot. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, these are black men being raised by black fathers who are telling them, hey, man, let a woman pay for your meal. Like, what? All right. Well, I thought that was a given. You said you was down for going on a date, so I figured you were going to cover it. Like, duh. And he's like, I agreed to it. I don't mind paying for anything. I just don't think it's a given to expect me to pay for something you initiated for us to do. Fucking man, yo. She's like, that's how dates work, though. As the man, you're supposed to pay for it. And she's right. But if that's your way of saying you don't have the money to cover it, then you can just say that, and I can find us something in your range to do since Ruth Chris isn't it. Now, I don't know. Maybe Ruth Chris is an expensive-ass place. And he's like, don't worry about finding anything at all. Enjoy your weekend, right? But it's like, and the dudes and the women are like, yeah, man, well, she initiated. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know? And like, I'm telling you, man, y'all gonna water yourselves down. Y'all are gonna water yourselves down to the point where it's like people not like it don't even make any sense. Like somebody had to have tricked you for you to be sitting there talking about, well, a woman's gonna buy me a meal. A woman's gonna take me out. You know, a woman's gonna go on her knees and propose to me. I'm waiting for her to propose to me. You know, like some dumb shit. Like, come on, boys. Oh man. I'm sorry. Like, nah. Like me, I mean, like, look, if a woman forced me to buy my food, that would be cool. You know? Like, I would be cool with that. I might be uncomfortable, but I'd be like, dang, okay. But ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. Like, if it's not said, if it's unspoken, if she never says she's going to pay, I'll pay. You know what I mean? And the reality is this, that I just won't go if I don't, you know, if I don't want to buy food. It ain't complicated. It ain't eigenvectors. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Brother Bakari says, I'm glad she went to Mississippi with water. Team Black took water to Jackson about a year or maybe 2 years ago. Bit of Medicine said, who clowned you for that? You know, bit of medicine, y'all. El says he laughing at something, but yeah, like who, like I don't know, man. These dudes be like I don't even get it. It's like, yo, can you imagine some sisters like, hey, you know, you're like, hey, I'd like to get to know you. She's like, yeah, I'd like to get to know you too. What about we go to a restaurant? You're like, yo, that sounds fine, right? And she's like, yeah, man, there's a restaurant down the way by me. And you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you go there, and then, you know, you eat your meal, and you're like, well, you know, I ain't really feeling this, but, you know, have a nice day, you know? Like, I used to go out with, like, one time I didn't have much money, right? I used to go out with some, you know, sister, whatever, right? The waiter would always put the check in front of me, notwithstanding. Even if I was paying or not, he would always put the check in front of me. You know what I mean? Why? Because it's just a given that as a black man, you're supposed to, or as a man, right? You ain't gonna eat for free. You know? In fact, I was just talking to this brother the other day. He's like, he was like, he was supposed to put some money somewhere I needed, you know, whatever, right? Like somewhere, like, what, long story short, he was like, yo, you know, you never know, a woman might put some money over here or over there. So I'm like, why would a woman be giving me money? Because if women were giving me money, I would have a lot more women. You know, like, I would be contacting a lot more women if they was giving me money. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, y'all? I'm telling you, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's it. Like, just pay for the food, loser, or say no. This one's another mangina. The only problem with this one is that I had a couple of stuff, and a lot of people delete the shit that they get dragged for. So I'm just going to show you this motherfucker's drag, because this is one I really kept. So he deleted this thing. Basically, he added Kanye West. And he was like, Kanye West, you wouldn't wear a White Lives... No, you only wore that White Lives Matter shirt because you was in Paris. You wouldn't wear that... You wouldn't wear that in Philly. You wouldn't wear that in Brooklyn. You wouldn't wear that in so on and so forth. And this white boy burned him. He was like, I wonder why that would be a problem. I was like, damn it, fuck, man. I hate that shit, man. Like, I hate when white folk... Like, I hate when I'm like, you know, like, y'all know Amos Wilson got that, the rat thing, the rat story with, I can't remember what rat story he's talking about, but, there's some rat, and he's like, the problem is that when you learn this rat story, you identify with the scientist instead of the rat, right? And it's like, yo, I'm so fucking mad that, like, when these white folk, like, when we embarrass ourselves to the point where you gotta identify with the fucking crackers. Like with the Russian propaganda thing, I had to identify with, oh yeah, you know what? They are African Americans. I think I owe them. Like, why the fuck do I owe them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even from this land. Like, what are you talking about? You know, you owe me because you got a scholarship. You know? And I mean, look. We're gonna talk about SAT scores moving forward, right? If y'all know, I mean, I didn't even know this. I thought it was not a big deal because I got a pretty good SAT score, right? I got a pretty good GRE score too, right? I had no idea why people were acting like, yo, you're something amazing. Because I thought I could have done better. You know what I'm talking about? Now, I don't know. I could give y'all a rough estimate. But basically, I would say I was between 14 and 16. You know? I don't know. I don't remember because it was so long ago. I think it was like 15 something. Now, the GRE, I got 15 something, right? But I don't remember what I got for the SAT, right? But I think it was between 14 and 16. Basically, I thought that was normal. You know, I thought that was low. Like, I thought my score could have done better. I felt bad that I didn't get a 1600. You know, and I'm not saying that, you know, because I'm saying I'm smart enough, because I'm not. I'm not gonna say I'm not smart. What I'm gonna say is that I knew I studied for the exam, and I think that the main thing to do well on those exams is to study. You know, like, if you're not studying for your exam, you're probably not gonna do well, and that's what I learned that the hard way when I was in junior high school, because I was applying for the specialized high school exam, and I didn't make it. And the reason why I didn't make it was because I never saw a test like that before. So the first time I took a test, I actually scored pretty good on the math part, but I messed up on the reading part because I never took a test like that before. And so I learned later, I was like, because I asked a friend, like, how did you do so well? And he was like, oh, I studied. And I was like, whoa, okay. Because I never studied for anything before. Like, I never studied, period, when I was in high school, when I was in elementary school and all that shit. Yeah, so I guess it was in elementary school, right? When you go to, no, it was in middle school. I never studied, period. So then I learned how to study. I don't know if you guys, some nerd out there is going to think about Dragon Ball. You ever heard about Dragon Ball GT? No, not Dragon Ball GT. Dragon Ball Super. There's this Dragon Ball Z or whatever. There's this enemy called Frieza. He never trains, you know. So he's like strongest person in the universe as far as he knows, and he never trained. And finally, when he trained, he became like a badass or whatever, right? But my point is that, you know, like that's kind of like what I not really, but you know, I'm just saying I didn't really, whatever, right? I didn't know how rare it was. Okay, I don't remember why I'm bringing this up, but we're gonna talk about SAT scores later. But I don't. Yeah, but point is this: that I shouldn't be identifying with the white boy. You can't be embarrassing folk with this. Hey, you know, if you wore that shirt in a black neighborhood, we would kill you because you should be saying Black Lives Matter. That's stupid. That's stupid. The guy deleted the comment, obviously. You know, but that's stupid. And the white boy just said, "Yeah, man, I wonder why that would be a problem." And then this other white boy was like, "Shit, that's some funny shit." He's like, "Yeah, he's making a point, but I don't think it's the one he intended to make of, you know, embarrassing." And then last up with the manginas, and I don't know. Let me see if Tanzan not saying nothing about me bragging. That's crazy. But I wasn't really bragging. I mean, that was like years ago, you know. And like I said, I studied for it. Like when you study for something, you're supposed to do well. The people, like most black people, are not going to study for the exam. Because I'll tell you, I was one of the black folk who never studied for the exam either, and I failed the. I didn't fail it, but I was, you know, like I didn't make it to the fucking specialized schools because I didn't study, and that's the lesson I learned early. And you got to learn these lessons early. You know, you got to learn that you are intelligent, but you also have to study. You know, like that's the thing I teach my son right now. You know, like he's an intelligent boy, but he'd rather bullshit. You know, he'd rather bullshit. And so you have to let them know, look, man. And so I give him like challenging math problems. And if he can't solve them, I'm just like, yo, boy, you know, that's because you stop studying, you know? So this is another one. And that's why I say the prompt here was like, y'all joke too much about this anyway, right? Because people are always bringing out that reference to where the guy walks into the basketball court with a handgun. So anyway, a man lost a pickup basketball game to a 21-year-old Dallas woman. After he lost, he returned to the park and shot her 5 times, killing her. You become embarrassed basically because a female beat you in basketball, right? And that's sad. I usually don't talk about people's death because usually somebody dies. I'm like, look, we're humans, we're humans. We die. That's what we do. Like, there's one thing for certain that humans are going to do, and that's die, right? But this one sucks because here you are playing a game with a woman, and then she beats you. Like, what did you expect? One of you was going to win. And of course, you probably saw her before you got on the court whooping ass. So then what the fuck are you challenging her for? You know, like me, I wouldn't challenge a woman at a basketball game because I don't know how to play basketball. In fact, one time I got schooled on a basketball court. Shit. I'm a fast guy. I'm a fast guy. Like, I could run. I could sprint. One time, in fact, I was talking to this brother. No, I went over, like, I had this neighbor. UPS showed up. No, UPS was delivering something I wanted, right? And it was like 30 pounds, okay? Once upon a time, I had this machine, whatever, right? So I ordered this machine. UPS was delivering it, right? And then what happened was I went to my friend's house, and I was talking to him, and I was like, hey, man, let's go back to where I'm at. Let's hang out where I'm at, pretty much. Because I'm expecting a package. He's like, man, hey, they always late. And then I kind of see that there's a truck pulling up to where I live. And I'm just like, hold on a second. No, let's pulling up past me. I'm like, probably my truck. So I'm looking over to see if it is, right? Then I walk over to my place and I see, oh, we missed you or type shit. And I was like, hold up. That's the truck that just came by and put that note on my door, right? So I ran down the fucking car. Like, me and my friend ran it down, right? Now this is a UPS truck. It's not stopping. There's no stoplights. And the only reason why I didn't catch it was because some motherfucking white boy was driving behind me, and he then honked and stopped the car. And, they did joke and laugh about, something. But anyway, point is that, yeah, like, I'm a fucking quick guy. I got whooped in this basketball game. Like, no matter how fucking fast you run. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the first time I played basketball since, like, elementary school. I was, like, in my high school by that time, or college age right that time. Right? I hadn't played basketball in 10 fucking years. I got whooped. This motherfucker, like a little Asian boy, broke my fucking ankle type shit, I just walked off this like, you got to know your limitations. You know, you see this girl, she cute. You know, you want to flirt with her. You know, oh man, I'm just mad, yo, because she's dead now. She's dead now. And that's what I'm saying about, like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, and it's like first off, and people make this joke all the time too. Oh, you guys got disrespected on the basketball field, I'm gonna kill you. And like, you know, part of me is like, yeah, I don't know about getting beaten by a woman. That's kind of crazy. Or getting dunked on by a woman, sure, but like killing her. She lost her life over this. It's stupid, man. And that's what I say about this violence against women type thing. It's like, yo, it's stupid. It's stupid. And I like this is bad. You know, this is just bad for us. You know? Like, this is bad for us. Y'all don't even know. She is dead. Dead. Cute girl. 21. Probably good at basketball. Okay? Enjoying herself in the park. Hanging out with friends, family, building a life. You know, probably, if she's 21, probably just graduated from college. You know? If she's going to the park, she probably has a friends and all that stuff. You know, maybe she was clowning the dude. Maybe she was, you know, all that kind of stuff. Maybe, you know, maybe she was a little out of line. Like, yeah, come on, boy. What you doing on this field? Whatever. She's dead now. This is what I'm talking about. And you see, and I mean, like, the thing about it is that people make this joke all the time. Ah, man, somebody broke my ankle on the basketball field. I would shoot them. Like, stop fucking joking about random violence against people for games. Like, there's more serious things in this world. You know, because she's 21. Like, her life is not fucking basketball. And you, how old? Who gives a shit? Like, who cares how fucking old you are? Tirate, you understand? All right, fam. We're gonna go to the past me's though. So, you know, the women are not exempt. You know, that's the thing. People are like, yo, man, only, you know, the women are, no, like, nah, the women aren't exempt. You already know. All right, so I got to make sure I change back the screens. Let's see. Kofi says, I think there's more to the story than basketball. Shit. It don't matter what there's to the story. Because, like, unless the woman was trying to kill you, what the fuck you killing her for? You know what I mean? Like, unless she's trying to kill you, why do you leave the park, come back, and shoot her 5 times? It don't matter how much is there to the story. You know what I mean? Because she's 20-1. And she's your sister. You know? You know what I'm saying? There could be all sorts of stuff to the story. It could be like, yo, man, you know what? She really Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer actually put her face on. I don't give a fuck what it is. You know, I mean, if that was the story, then that's kind of fucking weird. I mean, yeah, it's probably a white boy, really, but still, like, it don't matter what it is. We all know it's a sister. Just won a basketball game. She playing ball. You know, yeah. I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised because the thing is, the basketball people shit talk. You expect that. People might like, and the thing is, if you lose in the game, you fucking lost. You're the loser. You know, like, that's it. Eat your fucking L. You know, and then EL, that's what it means, right? Eat your L, right? Nah, I'm just playing. But like, for real though, like, just eat your L. You know, when I got beat in that basketball game when I was a youngin', I just said, whoa, y'all, fuck you guys. Why the fuck y'all made me play this game? You know, that's it. I ain't come back and beat the motherfucker up. Like, no. I mean, did he probably apologized. I don't know if he apologized or not. Or maybe he probably didn't bitch me out. I don't know. Even if he did, he earned it. When you beat a person in a game, you earn that bragging right. That's what the fuck you playing the game for. You ain't playing the game to be like, well, all right, good shot, sport. Or you're not just playing the game to win. You playing the game to compete. Matter of fact, I was dating the sister. I told her, look, she had a boy who was of the age of gaming. Right? And I was like, yeah, man, you know, don't think too bad about me if I beat your kid in the game, in Mario Kart. And she was like, please don't be my kid in Mario Kart, whatever type shit, right? And I was like, nah, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm gonna beat this motherfucker because, you know, shit, gotta teach him out gaming. right? So I played this kid. I don't know, man. The screen was small. It was like, Nintendo Switch ain't that big. I brought out my Nintendo Switch to play this kid. I didn't get first place, right? So, she now trash talking me. Not now, but she afterwards she trash talking me. Yeah, well, shit. You ain't. It's like I earned that. There ain't no. Well, there's more to the story if I went up and beat the kid. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Not you, Kofi, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it don't matter. There's no more to the story. You play the game. You lost. Eat your L. That's it. Not, well, fuck you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. And it's one thing to be like, take your ball and walk, like that's okay. Let's see. Another thing might be like if you want, like you challenge them to a different game, Well, you might be better than me basketball, but that's it. Or you just go and leave the field of basketball. Like usually, like I say to myself, like if a woman dunked on me, I might just give up on basketball. Like I said, like an Asian boy crossed me up, I give up on basketball. Like period. I don't fucking play that no more, right? I'm not going, I'm not, that's it, period, right? But to say you're going to kill the other person and there's more to the story. Like, what could more, like if there's more to the story, then get your context right. You know what I mean? Like, as I say that, don't fucking lose the game and then kill her. Just like whatever she's doing. If she's like sleeping with your dad or something, then, but even that's not like a killable offense, but like, just don't play a fucking basketball game with her if she sleep with your fucking dad. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, N-words sure are dumb, almost like they dead. Oh yeah. So there's a song. Y'all gotta go check out this poem. It's called Die N-word. And that's one of the lines in the poem. It's die, by the last poet, anyway. So yeah. I'm mad about this story. Well, I'm not mad, but it's just fucked up. So this one's another fucked up story. This is a past me family. So she goes, this is the first picture, her and her man, right? Her man standing behind her, look like they're a ghetto couple, I ain't gonna hold you. But you can say they're a cute couple. God said, psych, you're mine now, never again, LOL. So it gave me one last chance. No, gave him one last chance. This time, he really promised to never cheat again and introduced me to all his family, right? First off, if a man cheats on you, just fucking leave him. Just leave him. It's not even that, it's not that complicated. The dick might be, all right. You know what? Whatever. This is, look, it is what it is, right? Figured out I was pregnant, so she figured out she was pregnant. Okay? He shot me and killed our baby on accident. What the fuck are you talking about? Right? And so this right here is like, yo, okay. Now, okay, the cheating thing, all right. Like you could forgive somebody for cheating on you. I'm not gonna hold you, right? If you want to, okay? Shooting you and killing your baby on accident. What's the story after this? Like, of course, he's like in prison, right? Or some shit. Nope. He bought me a promise ring, so I took him back this one last time and forgave him. Shot me and killed our baby. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking? Like, I don't even know if this. Like, unless this is like good Photoshop, I think this one was legit shot. Yo, I tell you, this will pass me. I tell you, and like realistically, the dude is the enemy within. But like, come on, N-words sure are dumb. Almost like they're dead. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He shot me and killed my baby by accident, though. Like, what on Toronto, like, yo, man must have like whatever, right? EL says killing a sister over a b-ball game is so wrong. As an aside, I'd have never known that woman beat him if he hadn't reacted violently. Oh yeah. I mean, like, yeah, it's not that important. Like, like, look, man. Like me, I get it. Like, I get the whole damn, you got beat by a woman in a sport, like in a masculine sport. You know what I mean? Like that is. But like, if a woman's that skilled and you're that underskilled, sure, like, but I mean, like, killing the person is not that, like, I get the slight, like, for instance, like I said, I'm a fast guy. I don't expect, or even like, I'm just a man. Like, I don't expect to be able to win every woman in a fight, or I don't expect to win every woman in a foot race, right? So if a woman beats me in a foot race and she's not an athlete, I might be like, oh shit. But like, I also understand that there are women athletes, you know? Like I remember one time I was talking to this, I was like, I was talking to, I don't know, I was talking to sister, but I was just talking to this sister was talking to me, shit. And then she says, oh yeah, I'm an MMA fighter. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep talking to this woman because I don't know what was gonna happen. You know, like in case she had some sort of adrenaline, testosterone type shit, and just start pummeling me or some shit. Cause me, I don't be somebody to hit women. But that's partly because, like most women can't fight. You know what I'm saying? But like this woman's an MMA fighter, you know what I mean? I might be in motherfucking trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have a cognitive dissonance over there. So on that note, I'm just like, like I wouldn't even talk to the sister. Not to say I don't want no strong sisters, because I do. I like strong sisters, but at the same time, like that's a deeper vetting process. But all the same, it's like a woman beats you, big fucking deal. Like it ain't as serious as her life, is what I'm gonna say. It ain't as serious as her life. Like it's a pretty bad slight. But it ain't as serious as her life. It ain't as serious, like it's that like if a woman beats me in a foot race, she gotta be moving pretty damn fast. And obviously like I'm not in my top shape. Once upon a time, like I said, I came from a family of sprinters. You know what I mean? So if y'all gonna go into biogenetics, like not just like because they Jamaican, I'm talking about like my mother was a runner, my dad was a runner. You know what I mean? My brother was like one of the top runners in the city type shit, right? In track and field, right? So like I also had that in me. And I remember one time when I'll tell y'all a story. In fact, one time this sister was talking shit about me. Like, if y'all see this video, this teacher, the kids are talking shit about him. They're like, yo, we could run faster than you, fat ass or whatever. And he's like, all right, bet. If you guys could beat me in a foot race, 2 laps in the playground, then I'm gonna buy you guys a pizza. And if you guys don't, then you guys gonna lose you're gonna lose playground privileges for a week or something like that. Man, I tell you, this man darted. He was just like he did not want to buy these motherfuckers no pizza. Right? Now, I'm saying this because I'm saying this that I actually had that same thing. I think it was a sister, or it might have been a brother. I don't know. Somebody kept saying they could run faster than me. Right? And it was a younger cat. And boy, did I tell you, man, one time back when I was in my prime, I don't know if it's my prime. I feel like I might be faster now than I was back then. But one time when I was in what I think is my prime, back in junior high or high school or whatever, right? When I would run right next to a car. And the man in the car would look to the left like, what the fuck? And like honk, like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he looking at his speedometer and he looking at me like I was a runner at that point, So but like, yeah, if a woman could run faster than me, like shit, she could just run motherfucking fast. That's it. Like there's nothing more to it. You know what I mean? Like it could be that lady, the American one. Well, not the American one really, but even her, I think she could probably run. I don't know exactly. Cause I don't know my speed realistically. But like I wouldn't be surprised if an Olympic runner as a woman could run faster than me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't, and again, like there's no violence between that. That's stupid. That's like some dumb shit. Cause like everybody knows the WNBA women could like stomp a bunch of dudes, Or at least I think so. I don't think they could stomp the NBA dudes, but I think they could stomp a bunch of dudes, So I mean, and that's sad. Like anyway, but yeah, this other sister's just stupid. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like she's just dumb. Man shot her in the stomach. Like what? Anyway, so let's see what this is. This is some other thing. Man shot her in the stomach. Zarina. So, oh yeah. So this is like a screenshot. Like you just put it behind any story. Now this was behind the other story. I wasn't sure if I could even show it because this account was suspended. This was the low vibrational lady. So somebody else, like I thought the video was lost. So I finally found the video because there was so much other stuff that I wanted to say on it. But like she's like, yo, you can tell black people used to be slaves. Like, and it's like, yo. Like yo, you know what I'm saying? I think that's rude as fuck to say, but like yo, black folk laughing at their ass off about that, Hey yo, I hate that I cackled at this, but like for real though, like I ain't gonna hold you. Anyway, so this was another one for real. Like a lot of these is just like you just watching it, and you just making your face like, what the fuck am I looking at? What am I hearing? Like, what is this? Like, this our people? This another? Oh yeah, this lady. Ugh. Like, I'm saying, like, you just feel it. She's like, we are so focused on the African leaders being on a bus. We missed the part where the former English queen's witchcraft wand was broken in half and placed in our box to mark the end of her era as the Saxon Druid oracle and high priestess. So these motherfuckers at her funeral, the former English queen, I guess, they broke a wand or whatever, and they're like, look, we have a picture of her with the druid, like with this acolyte of Chris, you know, this is them, you know, they're like, hey, why are you on the demonic shit when we do the same thing? Isn't this your spirit? Like, can't this encourage all the spiritual indigenous to tap back into their ancient? It's like, shut the fuck up, lady. And so I decided to look into, like, because she dropped a name, which is something that usually if you're grifting people, don't drop a name. Don't drop anything. So she's like led by an act. So you're like, who is this Chris Williams? And so you look it up and people are like, no, she was just happened to be the fucking princess at the coronation, like 6 years before her coronation. She was at an event where she, you know, like she was just at an event, enthronement, you know, blah, 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 right? It's not even like it's not even what they're saying. And it's like, yeah. And I mean, obviously you can be like, well, rooters and fact check and blah, 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 blah. But it's like, yeah. But you also notice that these black folk are pushing around white conspiracy theories. You understand? Like, it's not their independent research. This is, hey, I saw this on social media and ergo I'm going to now spread it and try to make it seem like it makes any damn sense. And it's like, you seem foolish when, you know, this is like you said, like this, like they're like, oh, nobody's hiding these fucking images. They're available here and here. Oh, no. So he's like, post available here. But he's like, here, look, the caption of the original video seen here on Gettysburg explains that, you know, but yeah, it's just a bunch of dumb shit. Anyway, let's go to the low vibrational plate though, lady. And I mean, I was going to be like, I was going to almost put her on. Oh, I didn't get to put this joke in. Fuck. Okay. All right.
They put this on my plate. I will not let, no, I don't do what they do. I do what I do. I'm the visionary. I believe it.
Y'all see this lady, the lady to the left with somebody said, Tyler the Creator is not fooling anybody with that ginger wig. I'm mad this woman really look like Tyler the Creator though. Y'all know who Tyler the Creator is, y'all.
You can't even pay me to do this. They put this on my plate. I will not let, no, I don't do what they do. I do what I do. I'm the visionary. I believe it.
Right here.
But I would never eat a plate that looked like this. You can't even pay me $1 million to do that to myself. Oh my God. I deserve better than that. That's low vibration. And you took it. I would have been like, I'm playing like that. I tell you what I want. You don't tell me what I want. So my thought process is, if you put it on my plate, but I don't have to eat it, I got the discipline. I won't even look at it and that make you look bad. I'm a queen. Queen's plate on like. If we used to have two plates together, and said who's royalty, they would say this person. I agree. That's a good way. This is serious stuff. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that just let people give them what they want them to have, and they accept it. And Storm is teaching me right now. Yeah. Cold Storm is teaching me, don't accept what they put on your plate.
So all right, so if y'all want to know a little backstory, those women paid that woman, Coach Stormy, $5,000 each to learn how to be rich. For 2 days, a 2-day getaway or whatever. Pay $5,000 each. Okay, that's it. I kind of wanted to play it again, but don't worry about it. It's not that important. Let's see the follow-up video. Oh yeah, the follow-up video.
Plate, but when you allow somebody else to make your plate and you accept what they give you, that's the problem. That's what the lesson I was learning from my coach. She just said, you know, get a little queenship about yourself, boo. Don't accept every plate that they give you. So this is my plate at 10 with the tea made for myself. Hey! My own plate.
Yeah. So basically, like, this is it. And that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I don't know if I told it. I thought I said it earlier today, but like, Black Americans are rich. They're rich. So they said the low vibration plate lady is just another woman's empowerment scammer. They said that women paid $10,000 for a weekend. My fault, not $5,000. $10,000 for a weekend with her to learn how to be rich. She made them give the credit card to the. I didn't know what CC was. I was like, closed caption was that. Well, I forgot what CC means. Actually, an email, but whatever. They gave the CC to the waitress at dinner, and the credit card the waitress picked had to pay, but it was hers, and she got mad. So the low vibration lady got mad that she had to buy everybody else food because she wanted somebody else to pay for her food, right? Instead of her paying for everybody else's food. But anyway, this is it. I'm saying, black Americans are rich. You gotta pick up on that, and that's one of the things that when we go into the Pan-Africanists later, there's a taxi driver that you gotta realize that black Americans are rich. On an objective scale, they're not as rich as white folk in America, but pretty much nobody is. Except for if you're in Northern Europe, right? Most people are not as rich as white Americans. You know what I'm saying? But black Americans are pretty close. And some black Americans make more than white Americans. Obviously. You know what I mean? $10,000 for a weekend. And you see them, they got this kind of money. Or their husbands got that kind of money. I don't know. But they got this kind of money. And you see how trashy, how dumb some of them are. But my plate is well, if you put it on my food, I don't have to eat it. Whose plate do you think is gonna be the queen? This one's the queen, and this one's the ratchet hoe. Y'all really think that somebody's gonna be? Well, I wonder which one's the queen. Oh my gosh. Woo! Sorry, fam. Let me see what the comments are like. Oh dang, I see the message retracted. Tanzan says, EL, yep, that's where the money is. Yeah, yep, that's where the money is. I don't know what he said before that, but Tanzan's agreeing that that's where the money's at. I think what's interesting is that I think if I just rewind it, I probably could see the message because it comes up on the screen, but I don't know if I could actually. Anyway, so that's it. That's it. Low vibration tape. Yeah, so it's they got money, man. So anyway, I said, look, this is the last one that says might need to send this kid I might have to send my kid to the public school system. This is actually just a straight up any within. Y'all see what's happening. This is going on in the continent, and I think it's just important to highlight. The residents confront this woman, I think, because her kid is not going to school, right? And then they also clearly being beaten and overworked, and they emaciated. So see, my kid is chubby and happy, not chubby, but he's muscular, he's built like a motherfucking thing. He's happy. He's excited. He's eating, he ain't got no bruises or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? This woman is bruising up, and the kid is not even hers. So then the community kind of takes the kid, and I like that. I actually appreciate that. That's how you want things to be. Where the community comes together and says, we're going to take the fucking kid from you because what you're doing is fucking wrong.
She's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. Just get her out of hand. There's somebody stop her. Look at this guy. Look at this guy hand. If you see this girl, if you see her, don't talk to her.
You see how thin the girl is? And he's like, look at this girl's hand. She's somebody's daughter. Now you're going to see this other lady, this nice looking, not nice looking, but you got nice, kind looking. African woman could be like, Madame, please listen. Madame, please listen type shit. But, kind of too non-confrontational, but I get it,
Get of this guy, take her to the parents. They treat her like slave.
He's not going to school. We should
Treat her like slave. She's not going to school.
This girl is not going to school. Since I know this girl don't know anything about school. He's a human being. If you see, look at this girl, look at all these things. All these things. Look at somebody's body. Somebody's body. Who beat her? It's lie. It's lie. It's lying.
What did you do?
She's not stealing. If you are giving this girl food, normal. If you are feeding her normal, she will not steal anything. Don't worry now. Don't worry.
And you see the big bruise on her head too. Damn, man. And this is how people are treating people. You got to realize. So that's what I'm saying. All the unserious stuff going on. Like I said, on the one hand, you got regular, dumb black folk in America affording $10,000 fucking dollars for a weekend. You know what I mean? Eating barbecue. Sitting around some grifter. Or you got big rally. Then you got like real life, which is a little girl getting abused by some Cinderella story without the fairy tale, without the fairies and shit. I don't know. I ain't watch that movie. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't gonna watch that movie in a minute, I guess. I don't know if whatever. But like, yeah, getting bruised. This is the real life. This is the real world. So on the one hand, you got dummies making money. And the other one, you got this, and that's what you want to keep that in mind as you see, like this, like in the end, we're gonna have this Nigerian who's gonna be like, yeah, I want to go to fucking America, you know?
Because
see, the one thing you can say about this kid right here, this little girl, if she was in America, she'd be eaten. She probably wouldn't be beaten. And not to say that that's something that happens in Africa that much, but it's happening right here. And not to say that nobody beats any kids and nobody starves any kids in America, because obviously, like I said, for humans, anything can happen anywhere, But this is something that's happening. And people can see, compare and contrast. When they compare and contrast, that's another propaganda already. Like that video I just showed y'all with the lady, Coach Stormy, that's propaganda for coming to America. And this right here is propaganda for leaving Africa. I mean, I shouldn't be showing it in that sense, but it is what it is.
Come here.
Yeah, you see, so this lady's gonna be like, yo, don't be stepping to that dude. Or because dude's like, yo, look, man, if you step to me, you know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't be stepping to me. But like again, she's losing her kid. Well, I don't know if it's her kid or not. You know what I mean? But like you shouldn't be abusing a kid. And the thing is that people are supposed to come together to protect women, or people are supposed to come together to protect children even more.
Not too much. You don't talk about not too much. Very fucking human being. See how you very fucking human being. See how you take person. That's the way you see that the children. That's what I you why looking at this guy? This guy don't know man. But this guy, this woman, this guy don't know man. This guy.
She's a lady trying to act like she's the common force. But anyway, yeah, that's it. But I was like, yeah, I might need to send my kid to the public school system if they're going. If my kid like gives one sign, but of course my kid not gonna look like that. You know what I mean? Let's see what the comments are. Tanzan says it was something about a cult. Tanzan, if it was deleted, it's all good. El says I was just saying that for 5K I should start a cult. Shit, boy. Yeah, I would delete that, man. I wouldn't have repeated that. I would not repeat that, Like, all right. No, but I feel you though, man. Shit, yo, y'all say like that thing about getting Mexicans across the border. She was getting paid what, 35? I think she's paying paid 5,000 each. Shit, boy. I'm about to like fuck American laws. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just messing. I wouldn't admit that neither. All right, Tanzan says that's shameful how she treated the girl. It is good that the community can still come together to condemn such behavior. In America, they don't abuse children. Protect children before women. Yeah, I mean, children are the main things you're supposed to protect. But see, you protect women because women are supposed to be with the children. You know what I mean? Like if you like if you got rid of all your women, who's gonna be with the children? You know what I'm saying? So like it's just common sense. But yeah, children are the most important thing, obviously. Tanzania. All right, so let me see what it says. All right, in America they don't abuse children. Yeah, of course they abuse children in America. Of course. But that's the thing though. Like, if I'm abusing a kid, are my neighbors gonna take my kid? No. I mean, maybe you could call CPS, but like my neighbors are not gonna come together to take my kid now. That's just ridiculous. Of course, I ain't abusing no kid, but still, that's just ridiculous. Pass me. So what we got? We got alphabet. I think we got some alphabets today. I'm not even gonna show one of them. One of them was just too much to me to fucking show. So I'll just. You dirty man. You dirty man.
It is my mission today to stop you from being a homosexual.
You're a victim. Here we go, see ya.
I get so sick of sisters, I don't know what to do.
I said, did I switch back? Shit. So I said, look, I jokingly said, I know how I'm going to dress up for next month, but I should have said this month. But of course, I'm not going to do no Halloween type shit. Although I could tell y'all this, that whenever I see a white boy with horns for Halloween, I say, what happened, man? You couldn't find a costume? Fucking crackers, yo. Anyway, sorry, let's give Tyler Lumes a Zulu name and 50 hectares of land. He deserves it. So basically some white man, and he's gonna do some Zulu shit. He's gonna pretend to be like a Zulu in front of the Zulu. And this woman's listening, watching. And first off, they all watching, like, what? And he's watching, she's watching, she's like, let's give him some land. Like, come on. Shit. So, damn, what the fuck? I actually don't think I watched the whole thing before.
Okay.
Yo, I would never. You gotta be out of your damn mind. I'm sorry. What? Oh, she. I guess I probably should have put this in Fan Africanist though, right? I didn't watch the whole thing at first. I was just kind of like, this woman's like, yo, she's like, let's give him motherfucking land. Another Christian. We love because God first loved us. Of course. Proud Sango woman. Yeah, so I was like, yo, you know how I'm dressing, so I can get some of that motherfucking land if that's the case. But nah, for real though, man, like that's disrespectful. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Buana's here. Buana Hagazuki. Ooh, I said it. All right. Says 10K for a weekend. Wow, I wonder which credit card she used to pay for it. She'll be paying for that weekend for the rest of her life at 18%. No. I think that was for the lunch, for the particular dinner that they was eating. Like she was like, let's play a credit card game type shit, like make somebody else pay for it. But she was mad about it. Kofi says Zulu down bad. Ooh, they down bad, boy. African selling culture for cheap. These are the Zulus, please. Their ancestors went to war with these people, and now they are welcome. Zulu turned to Sulus. Oh my, oh my. Nah, for real though, like, yeah, that's some all like, nah, because the way how this dude was disrespected. Now I could see how this dude is, like, he looked like he was built for like a good one-on-one fight. You know what I mean? But like, use a whole fucking group, and you know the dude is not armed right there. So like, nah, you could have told a dude, yo, sit the fuck down, man. You know what I'm saying? Chuck, like, you know, like, it's a Chuck, I don't know. But, like, yeah, fucking throw a spear in the motherfucker. Like, what are you talking about? You're all armed. He's unarmed. And he goofing in front of you. And you... And, I mean, look. I mean, I know I just told y'all, man, you know, just for a game, you can't shoot somebody. That was a black woman. Right? This is a whole white boy. A whole colonist. And instead, it's like, yo... I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. All right. Let me go on to the next one, though. I think I just wanted to play my alphabet squad because I ain't have alphabets in a minute. You dirty man. You dirty man. Shit.
到最后千万不要可怜他们，你要记住这个东西，千万不要可怜他们，不管是他们家里怎样了，不要可怜他们。
Yeah, you guys get it. All right, so check the stats. I want y'all to see this. So I'm saying, like, I'm tired of black folk comparing ourselves to other ethnic groups. You know? So the lady actually, she muted her account. But this was like another one in a thread of comments where she goes, well, this other person was like, well, basically she says, look, when folk tell me our people died for the right to vote, no, you ignorant bastard, they died for the right to be human and the right to colonization and so forth, right? So the other one was like, they don't tell the Asians to vote. They only tell us to vote, blah, blah. And so I want y'all to look at the stats, though. I want y'all to look at this, because I don't like that either. Like, I'm not saying go vote. I'm not saying don't go vote. But what I will tell you is this. Right? And here's where it gets important. What I will tell you is this. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, see, look, so the lady, I don't know if she blocks me or if she whatever, but they recently released statistics on how black kids are faring on national exams versus Asian kids. In a particular pool of students of the 9,000 plus black youth, 0% got over 1,400 out of 1,600. 25% of the 4,000 plus Asians did. Can we as adults not only focus on how people are asking for votes? And so this was the statistics. I think it's really important, right? They have close to 10,000 African Americans, 4,000 Asian people. And now Asian people are doing the best, right? But there's 25% of them scored above 1,400. And for African Americans, at double the number, 0%, they're saying. Now that could mean 1%, that could mean 1 or 2 people, but that's what I'm saying. Like when I scored in that realm, I was like I didn't think it was that much. I was like, oh, I could have done better. But you telling me now that we, like a generation later, if you will, right? We are in such, and this is like one area. I'm not gonna hold you guys. It's just one area, right? Like California or whatever, right? But you're gonna tell me that we are, like, I can't even say. Now, see, like, white people got 4%. So that's why I said I wasn't too surprised. I was like, yeah, if I'm in the top 2%, I would rather be in the top. If I was in the top 5%, I'd rather be in the top 3%. If I'm in the top 3%, I'd rather be in the top 1%. Whatever, right? For my demographic, I was doing damn good. You know? Now, see, I was competing with these people. Well, I was competing with, yeah. Right? For my demographic. Because I was wondering when I was a kid, I was like, why are they treating me like, come on, we're just as smart as any other people. But we not studying. And what we're doing, what our adults are doing, is we are, what do we do? Why do you want us to vote? Why do you want us to vote so much? You're not asking the Asian people. Yeah, you're not asking the Asian person to vote because this motherfucker is like he's necessary in other capacities. He's building the fucking protons and shit. You know, I know what protons are, but I'm just saying like he's building this stuff. He's doing the math and science. You know, he's 10% of our upper echelon of universities and stuff. Well, why don't they ask these Asian people? And you getting numbers close to, I mean, damn, look at this right here. Look, as a matter of fact, I just noticed something. 1%. More people scored between 400 and 600 than people scored 1,400 and 1,600. 400, they said you could get a 400 just for signing your name. And no other race has that. No other race. Overrepresented at the bottom. And you like if these were my statistics, I would vote. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I would vote. I'll be like, yo, this is my statistics. If I was this bad, I know that there has to be some sort of state intervention on my behalf. I'm gonna tell y'all that's true. Because I don't know what the fuck's going on. You know? And it looked like, oh no, so white people were the largest demographic to take the test. You know? And see, what you kind of want is this profile right here. You know, like the exam is designed for the white folk. right? And you want this much in the middle, this much in the end. Because I think because what happens is that everything is weighed based off of the total number. So you see how the total number is like that, right? Yeah, you see how like 0%, it says 0% when it should. Yeah. So like they're not gonna show you point whatever percent, right? This is what they're looking for. They're looking for this kind of curve, right? Where there's a few people on the top and a lot of people in the middle and all that kind of stuff. And then you are overrepresented on the bottom. Overrepresented on the bottom. So yeah, when you complain about what the other people are doing, sure. But what's your math scores? What's your science scores? What's your reading scores? If we're being honest. Because if you know how to read, you shouldn't be getting no 400. I'm just saying, like I would complain about other people not being able to vote if if I didn't. So this is where I got the stats from. Since in Michigan, it was in Michigan, all public school students take the SAT in 11th grade, so you can get a full cross section to look at the demographics. He's like, yo, the Asians did it. And so here's the thing too, like what happens is this: the men scored slightly higher than the women, 500 as opposed to 489, right? And you're gonna see some men run away with that and be like, yo, you see, that's why men are smarter, men are better at math, Shit, the people who said no response, they got higher than both. Anyway, but you're gonna see that, right? You're gonna see that. However, did you see how we did as African people? Not even. Like, I'm not even. But we still focusing on the wrong things because we should have been developing our kids to know this stuff. When I see a young person coming to the Discord, I ask them, I say, what the fuck is this? I asked them, I say, oh yeah. So I asked them, I say, can you, if a young person comes to the Discord, I say, look, you need some help with math, homework, or anything, like anything. I reach out to the young folk. Some of them like, nah, fuck you, man. I ain't gonna get no help. I don't need no help. I can do it myself. And that's good. If you can do it yourself, that's great. But like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. There's no reason your people should be on the bottom half. It don't even make any sense. Because what I tell you is this, I'm gonna tell y'all this again. They give you the fucking study material. They give it to you. I mean, you could buy it for like $20, $30, but all you gotta do is study for the exam. That's all you gotta do. Ain't no money, like they're gonna show you, well, the people who are richer didn't so. Yeah, all you have to do is study for the exam. Because they give the same fucking questions every fucking year. Same type of questions. Like if I took it today, I probably, I don't know. If I took it today, well, I could definitely get an 800 on the math, but I don't know about, like, I don't know. I mean, I think I could get an 800 on reading too. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but still, like, usually, like, sometimes it's like a bunch of vocabulary words you're not familiar with. But like by this time, I probably am familiar with them. But look at this. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is some people in South Africa. They're getting paid very close to nothing for such wonders. They have perfected their skill, but what's sad is that they're being exploited. Now, I think the video is sped up, but you see they're just making the boxes. This is manufactured. When I talk about you want to go build in Africa, right? These motherfuckers are acting like robots. This is their work ethic. Okay? And I'm saying that, like what I said, when I was in Africa, a lot of people just idle, lackadaisical, docile, kind of just on the grift, kind of on the hustle. This is what they're doing in Asia. Like even there, like, I mean, I'm not a fan of Asia. In fact, if y'all look at the stuff that I write or my history, I would say that, sometimes, what's his face? Amos Wilson. I would get on Amos Wilson's case for that because he would be like, yo, what the Asians are doing. And I don't do that. Like, I don't like when people do that because I'm like, yo, Asian people got their own schools and we don't. But it's not really a big excuse. What I'm going to tell you is this, that what that means is that you have to start building schools. And that's the big difference. That's what I'm going to tell you to do. I'm going to tell you, you have to build schools. You have to get people automated. You have to get people working like this. Because if you don't get people working like this, then what do you expect to come for your people? If your people are on the bottom half of mathematics and reading scores, what do you expect to come to them? And then on top of that, you're going to be like, well, I shouldn't vote. What are you guys going to give us? No, it's what are you going to give yourself? Because if you're sitting idle, waiting for somebody to give you something, guess what? You ain't going to have a damn thing. So let me say, give me a house, fuck boys. And so there's another fucking comrade. Pen and paper was, that system was nice. So I ain't really going to be mad at communists like that. But, yeah, this guy.
One thing you absolutely don't like about New York City?
There's a lot of things I don't like about New York City. You know what I don't like? They're always talking about...
Yeah, anyway, this is basically stupid. Basically, the guy is going to tell you, there's so many houses that are empty, and you should just give it to a homeless person. Like, yeah, okay, but can you, like, you know how, y'all know how expensive a fucking house is? Like, you understand that you get, like first off, you're going to have a water bill. If you can't pay for the fucking mortgage, you can't pay for the rent, what makes you think you're going to pay for the water bill? What makes you think you're going to pay for the repairs that are going to have to come? When the radiator needs to be updated, when the chimney needs to be cleaned. What makes you think you're going to be able to pay for that shit? Like, if you can't afford a home, what makes you think you could pay? What makes you think you could afford a home? I mean, it's just common damn sense. I ain't even going not even going to waste my time listening to this motherfucker, you know? I mean, look at this decent brother. But like, yeah, I ain't gonna like fuck that, man. Nevolutionaries, let's go. Let's go. City boys.
Black people just don't get it. We just don't get it. We just don't get it.
Yeah, so I'm a differ a little bit from most people about this regard that hip hop video, because I'm just like, you know, like I think we like it. Like I think we like hip hop way too much. But Harshadi says, I mean, this is why they target a black vocal like they do with the low vibrational ads and celebrity babble. Yeah, but it's gonna be low, and you know, in Tanzan jokes, low vibrational food, right? But it's like, yeah, I mean, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, would you expect it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you, hold on a sec. Okay, I thought I ain't share the screen. If you ain't passing your exams, what do you want them to fucking advertise to you? You know what I mean? Like, that's my question. Like, what do you expect them to? Yo, you know, the nuclear the nuclear project is like, we need your vote. Like, vote today for your so that you can secure a nuclear. Like, what? You know, the Hadron Collider. Like, and it's like, my thing is that, like, we love hip hop. Like, we love it. Like you could, like, I mean, like, I'll tell you, I was gonna make a poll, in fact. But if a black man tells you he don't listen to music, you wondering what the fuck's wrong with him. Like, it's not even like, and that's just music. Now, if you say you don't like hip hop, like, still, like, most black folk are gonna, like, we have a favorite hip hop. Like, hip hop is something that we all vibe with, more or less. You know, more or less. Particularly in America, like, more or less, we all kind of vibe with it. So let's see, technology. What is this though? This is technology. So this is before I go into no voting, no voting, no vugging. All right. Before I go into that, I do want to go into this, whatever this is, technology. Oh yeah, this is sad.
There's traffic in the whole of Nigeria.
Oh no, so I know I tell y'all that African Americans be on that victim shit, but I think Nigeria got it. You know. Now this is like, you gotta like this is actually weird. So this is the longest traffic jam in Nigeria. They said vehicles have been stuck in traffic for more than a week. How are you in traffic for more than a week? That doesn't make any damn sense. But anyway.
And some drivers have been here for more than 1 week now, yet no movement. How long have you been held up in this traffic?
It's almost a weekend now.
A week plus?
Yes, a week plus now.
You've been in this traffic for more than 1 week?
Yeah.
A week and how many days?
A week and 2 days now.
Ah, Jesus Christ! Look at mosquito bites everywhere on their skin. These guys have been living outside for days now. Oh my, people are suffering in this country. Oh. Sir, please, can you tell the viewers how many days you've been held up in this traffic?
Almost 6 days now.
How much do they make for this your driving work? How much do they pay you every month?
Every month, now 5,000 naira they pay for salary for our company.
5,000.
5,000.
They pay 5,000 every month.
Hi, us now. Go just ask you them my second now. 5,000 naira for salary.
Sir, please can you tell us how many days have you been?
I think he said 5,000 naira as salary, or he said 5,000 naira a month. And I guess I could just do that math quickly. How much is 5,000 naira? So that's I'm my fault. My fault. Sorry. Oh my gosh, yo! All right, so shit, I'm a fucking privileged ass American. Damn, I should not laugh at nobody's salary like that. But come on, man. Well, this is why motherfucker. Look, this is why people in Africa are coming to America. Cause like, can you imagine being a fucking grown ass adult? I don't know if he said 5,000 was a salary, or if he said 5,000 was the. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That was rude. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I feel like that the black woman on SNL. It was surprising. I should have looked at this while I was offline or something. Anyway, I don't know what he said $5,000 was for, because it sounded like he said it was for a month. It sounded like he said it was for the trip. So, but it don't matter what it was. $11 fucking dollars. Damn. Okay. I mean, look, you can't blame somebody from Nigeria saying they want to go to America if even the Pan-African Nationalist response to what their salary is for waiting a damn week in a fucking truck. It's me laughing. I'm sorry. I get it. Like what? Okay. Yeah. But y'all understand this though? This is one of the reasons why I liked being in Africa though. Like, when I was in Africa, I was rich. I was like a rich guy. Like, not like stupid rich, but like, yeah, you know? Damn, I don't know, man. What's the comments like? I hope nobody was shit. Like, I feel bad about that. Yo, oh man, like my chest, like, yeah. The bit man said Bitterman said, oh, he said F up. I don't know what he meant by F up. I don't know if he meant shut the fuck up or if he meant that's fucked up. But like, yeah, I messed up. Like, I think he means that's fucked up, but like, yeah, yeah. I mean, I like shit.
In this traffic,
I've been in this traffic like 7 days.
Wow. If this was America, somebody would just come here right now, take a picture of this place and post it on the internet. And it's only going to be a matter of time. Everybody be talking about it. It is going to go viral. But if somebody in Nigeria come and take a picture of this place and post it, what would they say? That person is looking for attention. Brothers and sisters, you will not believe that this place is a federal road in Nigeria. I'm live here in Delta State, and this road has been like this for many months, yet no government intervention. It is really sad. As you can see, this is what Nigerians have to go through just to put food on their table. Does it make sense that people and vehicles are going to be stuck in traffic for more than 1 week? I mean, look at this. Look at. And just last month, the local people living here, they actually told me that the erosion killed a husband, a wife, and a child. How many more people should we expect this situation to affect before we take things like this very seriously? I mean, look at this. Does this even make sense? It doesn't. Nigerians are really suffering. People are going through hardship. Does it make sense that people...
Yeah, all right. So, yeah. Dang, yeah, I'm actually mad that I laughed at that, but like, yeah, that's a little bit of money. Like, that's not, like, that's a little bit of money. Like, I was expecting a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe 10 times as much. I don't know. Maybe he said 50,000. I don't know. Like maybe he said 50,000. I don't know. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a little bit of money. Like, that's how much money. Like, that's how much a meal would cost me, you know? Like, that's how much a meal would cost me in America. Like for the guy to wait, like, I'm not waiting for a fucking week for a meal in America. That's stupid. I think that, I mean, obviously he wasn't planning on waiting for a week, but still, like, nah. I'm sorry. But see, that's why you could do business there. Because, I mean, I'm not saying you should pay people this little, but the reality is that they would do a lot of work for this little. Or they would do work for this little. I mean, obviously you shouldn't pay that little, but I'm not going to tell you what to do with your paycheck. Yeah, sorry about that, fam. Let me see what the comments are. Dan says, "Oh, are you telling Odie to shut the fuck up, right?" Nah, I think he just said, "Yo, Tanzan's just trouble. Don't even listen to her." Haji Ali says, "Why are they playing the only 15 cents a day can feed star?" I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you heard it. I'm like, yo, what song is this, man? Why do I know this song? Like this song, like ain't never seen that play up. But like they did show the road though, you know. Tanzan says Nigeria is a shame. Only $12 a month to feed a starving Nigerian. Yep. 5,000 naira. I'll wait in the car. But like my thing is like, why would you? Like that's what I'm saying. Like why? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like you see the difference with the. I mean, like again, like you're not trying to compare the Asians, but like, there was another video I showed about these Dutch who were like built a bridge, like built like an underpassage under their road in like a weekend. You know, but it's like you have to have capital, and so that's what I'm saying. Like with what we have to, like what we as African people should also understand is this. Like the whole road building shit, like that really comes, like we've been doing that for like historically, but like if you're building roads for cars and all that shit, that's kind of like a new American type shit, you know, like European type shit. So like we as the westernized Africans, we actually are picking up some shit, and obviously they're westernized there too, but notwithstanding, like we picking up shit, and if you have the capital, or if you like, you know, to do road repair, like that's a thing to offer a government on the cheap, you know. That's a thing to offer a government on the cheap. You know, obviously it's your profit, but still on the cheap, and let them do like get your work done that way. You know, because the more people, like, you don't know what's in those cars, what's in those trucks, because that could be like a business deal. You know, that could be a business secure. That could be like somebody ordered some things from one city and said, look, I want to sell these so I can make a good profit type stuff. All that kind of stuff. By the way, Brother Bakari is online right now too. So make sure you guys check out that. Oh no, I think he just probably posted a video, but you guys make sure you check out that. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's all I could say about that. Yeah, the little statue. So I said, look, man, y'all gotta stop pretending y'all don't like hip hop. Like, can we stop pretending we don't like hip hop? We like dance music. Let's just face it. You know, I don't like this song because it's a gay dude, real low key. But like, this is the hip hop caucus. Now, obviously, it's probably a white person if it's blue check. But like, he's bopping to this song. I'll play like 2 seconds. Oh yeah, so I want to give y'all some context though. So Black is a black dating app, kind of like a black Tinder. And like they pushed vote hard, as does Tinder. They both push the voting hard, you know. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna make a fucking voting ad that has hip hop in it. Yeah. So this is a Batiman, and you know, for some reason black folk love Batiman, but you know, black folk in America, I would say. And it's Trina here. Everybody likes
we got one. It's voting season, bruh. No voting, no loving. No voting, no.
Fucking Batiman. All right, yeah. What it is that like it's dance music. You know, it's dance music. And when you realize that, like, the thing about us is that we kind of act like we don't like dance music. You know? This is another video. This is a video of something else, right? But it's like, we got to stop pretending. You know? We got to stop pretending. Right here. Oh, yeah. So, look.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You see Neo, the audience is woo! Somebody's not happy. This lady's not happy. But like, this is another view.
He's not even gonna drop it.
1.
That's what I'm saying. Like we be acting like, yo. And I mean, I know this is a little different, but like, we be acting like, yo, why would they put out dance music for us? And it's like, well, what do you expect them to do? Like, I mean, like, my thing is this. If they, like, they're the power structure. they want you to vote so that they can stay in power. You know, like they want your vote. But then if it's like, how are they going to connect with you? And it's like, how do you connect with yourself? You know, like, is it, because I'll tell y'all this. It's something a lot of y'all don't know. Maybe D-Web might know this, right? But a lot of people might not know this, right? But Dungeons and Dragons came out with a new edition. Or is working on a new edition, right? So it's called 1D&D and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, basically what I'm saying is that Dungeons and Dragons came out with a new edition, right? It's working on a new edition. They have a big play test. Maybe like, I want to say either 400,000 or 40,000 people have submitted a response for their first play test type thing, right? They released like a PDF where they're like, hey, we want some feedback on how this runs in your new game. They changed the critical hits. Basically, it's a little nerdy. I don't want to say too much, right? I've been kind of following it. I'm not going to hold y'all, right? But some of you are looking like, what the fuck are you talking about, my guy? Right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, why would white folk be like, here's a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Black people, I want you to vote for me. You know? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they reach out? Like, if they're gonna connect to you, it's gonna be some dance music because that's what we like. You know? You know? Like I tell you, man, like even me, you know, I remember when I went out, I started, like one time this sister, matter of fact, I would never go to the nightlife. I never had a nightlife, right? I don't know, bro. I was just trying to say, you know. He's like, nah, I don't know that shit. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't play it per se. This new game called I'm trying to wait for this Baldur's Gate 3. You know, so the Baldur's Gate 3. Like I tell you, like what happened was that I never played Dungeons and Dragons before, but my brother, after our mother died, he wanted to like, you know, connect with the rest of us, like the rest of his siblings. So he pulled us into playing the game. And like I used to play this game called Neverwinter Nights, so I was familiar with the system, but I never played it before, and I really haven't played it since. But you know, it's an interesting, like it's the old, basically Dungeons and Dragons is like the oldest role playing game, like the oldest tabletop game, oldest role playing game, right? RPG, fantasy RPG. So it's like historically relevant. But what I'm saying is that like most people are not like, most people don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And that's cool. That's fine. You know? Tanzan's a nerd. Tanzan, don't even. Anyway, so Tanzan says Sister Katrina is also live. Katrina's on. Black women like them. And who wants to see Neo? Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like I don't even know about that Neo thing, but yeah. I mean like if I like I'm saying like, oh, so I could say this. So I had like 16 ads on my YouTube channel for my book, right? The only one I've ever seen anybody discuss was the hip hop one. You know, the only one. The only one I've ever seen anybody say, hey, you know what, blah, 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 was the hip hop one. You know, all the other ones, it's like, I mean, I'm not going to hold you. They're not like the best quality stuff. And the hip hop one, you know, probably did have the most production value because that was the only one that I paid for the beat. But like, that's just what it is, you know? I'll try to say, you getting gas up some material to come for you next week. Better watch out. It's like, yo, go roll the dice, man. Like, yo, go roll the dice or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, look, man. Look, I tell you, my brother was grieving. Like, I mean, look, that's how it is, man. When people are grieving, you kind of like accommodate for them. I can't hold y'all. And like, you know, it's Neverwinter Nights. I don't know if you played that. That was a good game back in the day. All right. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out. And so, whatever. Let me stop advertising these games. But what I'm saying is that people are not, but like, oh yeah, so I started a nightlife, right? I tell you, I started going more often because this sister invited me and she started grinding on me and I was like, shit, this is what it's about, you know? You know, because like women don't grind on you outside of the nightlife, the lounge or whatever. Anyway, so I start going to these lounges and I start listening to this music. There's this song, Ducking, if you know soca. If you see me ducking, right? You know, and I'm just doing this. Everybody just dancing a lot. Like we love dancing. So my thing is this, and I meant to look this up deeper, but there was like this old Islamic or paper where they're talking about the Zanj, the black folk, and they're like, oh, these people love singing and dancing, you know. And there was this sister I knew who was like, yo, she thinks that if you look at then you know. Harsh reality, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I heard this back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, everybody was just kind of giving around misinformation. So, you don't know like what's real after that. But this sister was like, she used to be a Muslim type stuff, and she was thinking about the hadiths. So the Muslims have 6 hadiths, and apparently they're like whole books, so I can't even like look them up like that. But she's like, 2 of them are like against singing and against dancing type shit. And she's like, she felt like that was something to do with how Africans celebrate type shit. Now, I don't know, because like Harsh Reality says, they dance all the time, they sing all the time, they just don't make it their fucking culture like that, right? But this is what her experience was, and I just, it was the 90s, so everybody, well, not the 90s, it was like the 2000s or whatever, so like everybody was just, back then we were just like, the first presidents were black type shit. Like it was just like it was anything going on, like, you know what I mean, like so like you just kind of like hear it and just like, whatever. But anyway, my point is that, yeah, like the song, No Voting, No, I mean, like, obviously I don't like it because it's a gay guy. Obviously I don't like the content, but like, I completely understand why these people are reaching out to you, reaching out to us like that, because I don't expect them to reach out to me with Dungeons and Dragons. I don't expect them to reach out to me with space exploration. There's a new Starfield, there's another video game. Like I call myself a game developer, and that's why I do that Dungeons and Dragons, by the way, game developing. That's my excuse. Anyway, but but I call myself a game developer. They're not gonna tell you about the new Sky, Bethesda game. Like unless you show some big interest. But I'm gonna get y'all because I saw the game. I didn't put it up here, but there's this game called 2K. Like that's the game that most black people are like really playing. And man, they doing y'all dirty. But anyway, let me just go to the last one. So we're gonna go to the fan Africanist, and you know how it is.
Bullshit.
So yeah, this is gonna be the weird white woman that situation. Yeah, Kofi says only when carnival. Yo, y'all know that Destra song? That's my song right there. What's it called? It goes, I grew up as a real good girl, always home, don't go nowhere. Until I was introduced to Never, they say I loose all up on the ground, rocking up your. Oh shit, boys! That song, woo! Like, that's how I feel about. Like I tell you, I got into soca pretty late. Like I got into the lounge scene, the nightlife scene pretty late. But yo, that didn't wake you up. What's the name of that song? Destra. What's the name of the song? Oh man, that song. Let me try. Oh, Lucy. Yeah, you guys go listen to that song, man. This carnival have me so damn loose. All right, let me stop. All right, so anyway, let's be serious. What you expect? So this is gonna be the last motherfucking Enemy Within. It's gonna be the last Enemy Within, and this is it. Nigerian man, this country first, and he's willing to follow a white man anywhere in the world. But you got to remember, I'm gonna tell you guys about my experience in Africa, right? So I said, what you expect, and I'm gonna give you guys my experience in Africa, right?
Hardship. Whatever you give him to do, he's ready to follow you. Right. Honestly.
Basically, he's talking to this white man, and this guy's like, he's like, yo, I'll follow you anywhere on the fucking planet, like whatever you want me to do.
There is hardship. Whatever you give him to do, he's ready to follow you. Right. Honestly. Whatever.
So what country do you want to go to?
Anywhere country.
Anywhere
you carry me go, I will follow you. Anywhere country. Anywhere.
Would you not miss your country? Would you not miss Nigeria and the people?
This Nigeria is worst, honestly.
It's the worst. Okay.
I don't like this.
What about, do you have family?
Yeah?
Family?
Family. I have family.
Are you bringing them?
If you allow me to bring them.
And if not, you leave?
Honestly.
Okay.
Shit.
There is hardship.
Whatever you. Cool. All right, yeah. I was gonna, like, originally I was looking at this like, yo, this is like, you know. like Tariq Nasheed's ancestors type shit. You know what I mean? Like, but like this is like the real like a real person, and it's a real sentiment because you got to realize this too. So this is a taxi driver, right? So when I was in Africa, right, first thing I did. So I remember back when I went to Jamaica, long time ago, right? There was like a money changer at the airport, right? So I ride to Africa and I have my. Oh, what happens is that they was like really tight on the COVID restrictions, okay? So as soon as you arrive, they put you inside of some waiting room to test your results, and as soon as you get your results, they send you outside, right? And so I was kind of stressing out about the results, and there was like one guy who actually had COVID, and they like kept him and all that type of shit. And then my son got his result, and I didn't get my result yet, and all that type of shit. And there was a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff going on to the point where I was just kind of like, oh shit, you know? Like I wasn't thinking. So I got out and I was like, oh, I forgot to change my money, right? And I was like, how am I going to get a taxi? I have no idea, right? Now, here's the thing. I want y'all to know. You could just order a fucking Uber, right? Now, if you order an Uber, the ride from the taxi to where I was staying was $5 damn, right? Not just was it $5, right? But the motherfucker would know my address, right? I could have put my address in, I think. I don't know. The way how the layout was that the address, like you had no Wi-Fi. Like really, I got lost. So what happens is I go to the taxi driver and I'm like, oh, I find a taxi driver and I'm like, oh wait, I can't do this right now because I need to change my money. He's like, don't worry, I could change the money for you, which is a mistake. This man got my bags. This man has, like, he's not gonna have my son in his car. It's a mistake to pull out the money you want to change. But what I do is I pull out, I think it might have been like $400, something like that, right? Pull out $400 fucking dollars, and the guy's like, shit, like, you know, it's a lot of fucking money for him. So what he says is he's gonna charge me $50 for the ride, for the taxi ride, and I'm like, okay, because I had no idea how much it was. Because for me, when I was going from the airport, from my house to the airport, it was $50, and believe me, my house to the airport is not as long a trip. Well, actually, I don't know really, because I don't really pay attention. But I'm pretty sure, I think it's not as long a trip, right? So the dude is going to give me this trip, and it would have been $5. But he charges me $50, right? And I'm trying to barter down, because I'm like, maybe they barter here. Ha, 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 ha. But he's like, no budge. I'm like $50 is like, that's the limit. Like, guy, like, you know how much this costs, you know? And I have no fucking idea, because I don't know how much their fucking currency is worth anyway. Like, I didn't do the math beforehand, right? So when he drops me off, and low key he dropped me off at the wrong place, but that's partly to do with the fucking, you know, structure. Like, it was like 2 blocks down or something like that, or like 4 blocks down. I was freaking lost afterward because the layout is so fucking bad. But nonetheless, and apparently my host would have picked me up if I had just contacted him. But again, like, I had no idea what was going on. I just got to I was on my, oh my gosh, I'm on the motherland type shit, you know? You know, I was on my, you know, like shocked and, oh my gosh, it finally happened type thing, you know? Anyway, so the guy charged me $50, and then I give him an extra $5 because I'm feeling bad because he's doing me this. Oh no, it costs so much money. And that's the difference. That's the difference. The difference is this, especially if you're a taxi man. You're a taxi man, you're not building nothing. What you're doing is you're trying to get lucky by getting foreigners to pay you for trips. And if you get really lucky, the foreigner won't know the value of the trip. That's your whole fucking life. So if your whole life is making pennies, because $50 to me is pennies. You know, I'm not saying I'm rich. I'm not. But what I'm saying is that $50 or for an American is pennies. You know? If anybody tells you, hey man, you know, this trip from an airport is $50, you're like, okay. You know what I'm saying? You're a fucking American. Like, it don't matter. These people, you know what $50 was for him? That was a fucking week's salary. Okay? It was 5 of the other guy's week's salary. No, in fact, for this guy, for instance, like if you're talking about the other guy who had a salary of 5,000 naira, right? Because this is not even Ghana. This is Nigeria, right? The guy who gets 5,000 naira for the month or even for the year, whatever. But for the month, let's say, right? $50 is 5 months, 4 months, if you want to be whatever, right? 4 months salary from one taxi ride, you think you don't want to go back to where the fuck you came from, where you think that's nothing? Where you go on tip him an extra $5 because you feel bad? You think you don't want to go where you at? How about the guy at water too? You know? You think he wants to, like, if I'm a young person and he an old ass man, well, not old ass man, but you get what I'm saying, he living his life making change, and I'm there throwing away the money with no fucking care in the world. You think he don't want to look and say, let me do his example, let me do what he's doing? He's like, man, because that guy was even telling me I want to go to America, you know, and I'm like, yeah, it's actually hard to make money in America, really, you know. But when I looked at how much fucking money they're talking about, because see, one thing that we do is we say, hey man, you know, the cost of living is different, you know, it doesn't cost that much to live there. Yeah, of course it doesn't. But you also got to realize how people are eating when they're down there, you know, like they're eating like porridge every day, whereas you sitting up, you know, eating whatever it is that you're eating. Like I mean, only the health conscious people are eating porridge every fucking day, you know. Yeah. So I mean, like, I was looking at the comments. I didn't see no comments, but like that was my experience where it's like, yeah, you know, like if you realize that what's money down there isn't money here, and I'm gonna do it this way. It's a 6-to-1 ratio, and I should do it this way. So when I was in Nigeria, matter of fact, I was in Ghana. I was like, I was at the airport, and I still had some cash left over because I realized I could withdraw from my card, and so I didn't have to withdraw from I didn't have to use my cash, you know, and so I might have had like $400 left over. So, you know, I don't know. I think I probably walked in there with like $800 in cash. I don't know, but whatever. I mean, I shouldn't say that over the internet because then, you know, when I go travel, y'all gonna be like, yo, how much motherfuckers don't you got cash? Everybody got cash, right? Like you're supposed to have cash. But anyway, what I'm gonna say is this. I had some more cash left over, right? And so when I was at the airport, you gotta take everything out of your pocket, and so I took out some of these $20 bills, whatever. And the cute Ghanaian woman was like, "Oh, I wish I could have one of those." And I was this close to giving her one, you know, just giving her, just because I was just giving out money because I didn't give a fuck. It was $20, $20. And when you was in Ghana, like you felt that way, you know, because it was like your first time, low key. You know, I was kind of doing it because, like I said, my mother passed. I was grieving, you know. So it was just a way to connect with your mother type stuff. I'm not saying she's Ghanaian, but you know, she was like, you should go to Ghana. You know what I mean? So you know, part of me was like really giving because, you know, that's my mother was like, yo, I approve, and then she died. So it is what it is, right? And not to say that, you know, like, you know, some of the money might have been hers too, you know. But anyway, but my point is that, you know, yeah, I was just giving, right? But I didn't give this lady, right? Then I come to America, and they're like, hey, do you have any money on you, right? And I was like, well, yeah, I probably got $400. And then the American white man was like, so no. And I was like, yeah, I forgot. You know, like back to poverty. You know what I'm saying? Like back to poverty. Like, oh yeah, I forgot. I ain't rich. Like, Ghana, man, I tell you, I got the best seats. I got the best foods, fresh, organic, all that stuff, you know, all for like pennies, you know, like $5 for, you know, it was 25 CDs or something like that, or 30 CDs, right? So it was like a $30 meal, but for $5. You know what I mean? Because it was just $5 for me, right? So yeah, and they was like, oh, you ain't got no damn money. You were back in America, you broke ass motherfucker. And I was like, damn. So yeah, I mean, like, people are gonna be looking at it, and the thing is that when we look at this guy, we're like, yo, you just want to serve the white man, you just want to follow the white man. Like, realistically, let's face it, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, who's fixing our roads? Or when our roads are broken, who do we call? And who actually shows up? Or, you know, because we don't, because I might be looking at these roads and be like, yo, why don't they just get out the fucking truck and just build the fucking road and then go on it? But like, you know damn well when there's a pothole in your community, who fucking fixes it? Because you could be like, man, I saw this pothole for the last 10 years. Shit. Or they finally came along to fixing it. They don't care about shit about our community. No, fool, you don't give a shit. No, I'm not saying you. But you get what I'm saying. When I say you don't give a shit, what I mean is this too. You don't have the capital. And they do. Now, the Nigerian government should have the capital to build the roads, but like, do they? And if they do, it's like, yeah. I mean, if they do have the capital and they're not building it, I could understand why somebody's like, you know what, I want to dip. Because, like, what are you going to fucking do? You know? Like, what are you going to fucking do? So, I mean, yeah, I get it. I get what this guy's saying. Obviously, he is a super coon. Obviously, I don't like this kind of mentality. Obviously, I think that we as Pan-Africanists or Pan-African nationalists should go down into Africa, or should go up to Africa. I don't know what you want to say, but go to Africa and, like, just go and build shit and, you know, repair the roads our damn selves, get the capital for the roads and all that shit, or get the connections and all that for our damn selves, most definitely. But at the same time, I completely understand why this mindset exists. Because if we are balling right now, and our balling is based off of our proximity to this white boy, right? You know, and the thing is about, you gotta remember that when it comes to the migrations that we had, like a lot of, even if you're talking about black Americans, a lot of black Americans, like, they migrated to the cities, you know? Now, they didn't have, it's not always the best when they're in the cities, but they migrated from where they were, just the same as my ancestors migrated from where they were, you know? And said, hey, like my parents, my parents were like, hey, we're gonna go from this poor area in Jamaica to either the rich city in Jamaica, or like, another thing is a lot of cities in the world were built by these white boys. So it's just inside of Africa, we're built by these white boys. So it's just like, we have to come to terms with the reality that this dude is kind of like what we're doing. And our dislike of this dude, it really should be a dislike of ourselves. But at the same time, we have to say to ourselves, well, what can we do? And that goes back to just a disclaimer from the beginning. And I mean, I could probably end with that. So the disclaimer obviously is, you know, you're watching this thing, but, you know, it's just entertainment. Step one is you have to understand what it means to build. And hopefully that came through in this step, in this program. Step two, obviously choose a country that you want to build in, blah, blah, blah. And you guys could go back to the beginning to listen to that. And obviously, as usual, I'm going to play for you guys. I'm going to show you guys, I just copied that blank cell. Y'all saw that? I'm going to show for you guys this Book of Power thing, and you guys can check that out while I read the last few statements. And y'all see the white boys putting the price up. You know what I mean? I didn't even touch this. So the white boy's putting the price up. Let y'all know. I mean, I don't know if that means he got something in plan for me. Shit. But you know what I mean? But he's like, okay, well, this nigga's not going to put it down again next time. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't give a shit what the white boy has planned for me. The white boy's supposed to have plans for me. You know what I'm saying? The white boy's supposed to have plans for me. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, so Tanzan says only that's a good checklist. Yeah. Check it out. Checklist it out. But other than that, y'all, I appreciate family for coming through. Go listen to Destra's song if y'all ain't heard it before. Was it Lucy? Ah, man, that's my son right there. I connect with that shit, right? But other than that, Shamim Hotep, Anku Ja Seneb Neb, Amen, Ma'at, Dua Netcher, and peace to Treshan. Just came through right then. All right, peace.